right club. Be the right club today. Yes!
Johnny, that's better than most. How about in? That is better than most. Better than most! Expect anything different?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Part 2 of the Wednesday live show here at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. This is our 3rd year in a row here live at Pebble Beach, proudly presented by our friends at AT&T. Connectivity is truly the bridge to possibility, improving the way we move through our daily lives. AT&T creates connections to what people need to thrive in their everyday lives, connections to friends, family, work, commerce, education, health, entertainment, and more. For 150 years, connecting people has been AT&T's calling. To find out more, head to AT&T.com. AT&T Connecting changes everything. We are joined with is this the lead ball knower, TC, on tour, would you say?
TC's a junior ball knower.
Yeah, I got downgraded. So Andrew, I lost our season-long competition. I'm junior ball knower. Neil, you're just ball knower.
Just ball knower, not a senior ball knower, but true pro in the house here.
That is Andrew Novak, of course.
Welcome. I like to think so.
I don't know what
hold that mic up to your mouth.
Sorry.
People want to hear you.
Was the competition just betting spreads? What was...
No, we were doing so we do a draft at the beginning of the year. There's 4 of us, and basically you pick, like, you get a point per win, and then if you win your, like, if you make the playoffs, you get another couple points. You get a couple points per playoff victory.
Okay.
So Vanilla Vic, Daniel Jones he went down. I had the Colts, I had the Jags, few others that just didn't fall my way. And I kind of got all over Neil for being really, really high on the Patriots preseason. I thought they were still a year away, and he,
it's way too much exposure to the AFC South right there. So
and I had way too much exposure to the AFC North too. I had Cincinnati and Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore's unlucky. They should have been better this year. So
who's your team?
I'm a Panthers fan, so we went well over expectations. Not a good football team by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, we made the playoffs, so at least we can, say, hey, it's not 2019 since we were last in the playoffs or whatever it was. So I think we're going the right way. We're still probably a couple years away.
And you do podcasting, like while you're on the road. You're broadcasting out to the world.
We just did our last episode of the season.
The screenplay
podcast. It was just a Super Bowl recap, kind of a little bit of a full season recap, and then we'll be off a bit here until we'll do a 3-part draft series coming in April, and those episodes do pretty well usually. So.
You grind and tape?
I was going to say.
I watch,
all 22.
Yeah, so I watch a lot more college football than my co-host. He's a Boston guy. Like, college football is not big up there. It's just not. They don't watch it like that. But me being from the South, I'm watching college football. I know all the players. I could probably sit here and run you through some draft prospects if you want, but
who are you super high on? Like, who are
every get documented in history forever.
So, and everybody's using Will Campbell to talk about short arms right now, but I don't want to hear anything about Ruben Bain being a bust because he's got short arms. Put the film on. You can't block the guy. Run game, pass game. So anybody talking about him falling to like mid first, you're out of your mind.
Where do you fall out on the quarterbacks this year?
So Mendoza's going to go 1. I'm a little concerned how he's going to be early on. Like, I think the Raiders it'd be maybe in their best interest to sign a veteran or something. All I saw him throw were RPOs and back shoulders for the most part. It's kind of like when you have a wide receiver come in that runs a little bit of a limited route tree. I'm a little bit concerned how he's just going to straight up be thrown out there, especially with an offensive line that may get him killed. He had a pretty good offensive line at Indiana. So, I'm a little bit concerned about him early on. I think he's a smart guy. I think he can pick some stuff up, but it's definitely going to be a bit of a change because he's going to be throwing some different passes.
That's good intel. Right? Yeah. That's really good intel. Is this almost feels like something while you're on the road playing golf? Is it something to take your mind off of golf? Like
I've always just watched football. I mean, I actually had a proper off season this year. So in the fall, I wasn't really playing tournaments as much this year. We had a baby, so I'm keeping odd hours. I'm watching a lot of football. Grinding
a lot of tape.
That's how it goes.
Who are the other ball knowers on tour? Like, if you had to rank.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jordan knows his stuff. I think Jordan's pretty respectable. Nick Hardy knows ball. I mean, he's been dinged up. I'm not sure where he falls, but he's a Chicago guy. I'd always be talking ball with him. There's a few. There's a few that definitely know what they're talking about.
What about Billy? Big SEC guy.
Horschel?
Yeah, Horschel.
Yeah, he knows Florida.
He
knows Florida Gators. I mean, I played with Billy yesterday, but he's talking soccer. He's talking West Ham. He's not, he knows Florida Gators football, and he can probably talk Jags. I think he's actually a Falcons fan, which is gross. But
yeah, because
a couple of
AAV.
Atlanta guys here.
Yeah, gross.
Atlanta Drive, Falcons.
Senor Ice is back in the building. I feel
you
feel
just
good about
traded 2 first-rounders for a felon. Nice.
Yeah.
That was not great.
That was unfortunate.
But that was the old regime. We're flipping things over with Matty Ice.
Regime change.
So when's your first-rounder this year?
Good. Yeah, listen, we got to dig ourselves out of that hole.
What I guess, you have a fall a lot more open now. You mentioned like you weren't playing a lot this fall. I mean, how does your life change, like with the success you've had out on tour? Like being able to predict a schedule, I'm sure for 2026 has got to be a luxury you haven't enjoyed prior.
We also had our first child in November as well, so that has changed some things up as well, and so that kind of led to me being home a little bit more, which was great. But yeah, now I mean, this is the first year. Last year I was in some signature or most of the signature events, but I wasn't like guaranteed that going into the season. A lot of that came from how I played at Farmers early in the year and some of my early success. So this year I truly, like, I'm in the Masters for the first time. So I truly can go through the season and be like, hey, I'm playing this week, skipping this, doing the, and that's been very nice to kind of set that up and just kind of have something in my mind, knowing what I'm preparing for going into it.
Solly was trying to open up your fall a little bit more than anticipated last year with
these guys. So this is what these guys do. So if you have like a good week and you're like an American, these guys are like, oh, you're going to put them on the Ryder Cup team, Solly? You're going to put them on the team?
No, I get it. Look, and
I was like,
we are here. We are here with probably the biggest Novak hater on the internet. So, I'm not.
That's what makes me a Novak hater.
He knows.
Well,
look, it is what it is. Like, I get it. And frankly, I kind of agree with not getting chosen. Like, look, I had a chance after the way I played at Memphis. I think I was probably within the realm of bubble possibilities, but it was going to come down to how I played at BMW and the Tour Championship. And Sam played great.
Yeah.
And I mean, Chris had been playing great up until then. So there were other guys that were like, had some momentum going in, and I flat out played horrible at BMW and I didn't play well at Eastlake, and that kind of sealed it. I mean, Keegan was very open about, like, if you're a rookie, like if I'm gonna take you as like a first timer, like you got to make it pretty clear. Yeah. Like Ben went out and made it pretty clear. Like, I got to be on this team. I don't
just be throwing RPOs and back shoulders.
Exactly. Look, it's if I'm gonna go play Bethpage, I can't lay eggs at Caves Valley, and so I can't do it all at Colonial and in Harbortown. That's not really like. I mean, I guess Torrey's a bit of like kind of a close comp, and I've played well at Torrey, but some of the other bigger ballparks like Quail, like I played horrible there. So I kind of get it. Like I wasn't like, I knew I wasn't necessarily a great course fit for Bethpage, so I was gonna have to do something special to like really cement myself on it. And at the end of the season, I just didn't really do that. I didn't play very well, and when I got the call, I kind of knew where it was going. So I was not surprised at all. I feel like I had an opportunity and just didn't really play well down the stretch when I could have maybe put my name in that.
It's whack-a-mole with these guys though. Like you win Zurich, so it's Novak time now. Goddard gets hot, and I just got to keep whack-a-moling with these guys.
Yeah, I mean, I play well in team events.
It is
that possible.
See what I'm dealing with?
No, it's definitely that, and like guys know too. Like as an American being close to that bubble, like like who you're kind of competing against for those last spots, and
did you
what
grip
you
it
have
tighter
to
in that part of it. Like once it became like a possibility, did golf get it any harder?
No, because I was still playing for something within my season. I mean, I'd never been to Eastlake before, so I'm still playing for spots there. I'm still trying to finish as high up on FedEx Cup as I can. I hadn't done any of that stuff before. My win at Zurich didn't get me in the Masters, so towards the end of the season, I'm planning to make sure I get to Eastlake, so that I can get a Masters invite for that, because that's for me, that's the pinnacle. I grew up in the Southeast. Like the Masters has always been the top for me, so that's the one I really wanted to get. So that was, I mean, obviously making the Ryder Cup team would have been huge, but for me, like for a lot of back part of the season, I was also kind of thinking about the Masters.
What are your goals for this
that
year? Now that, all right, you're in the Masters this year, you can pick your schedule. Is it
Yeah.
is it Eastlake President's Cup team and win?
Yeah, definitely. Not necessarily as far forward as that. Right now, I want a solo win at some point in time this year. And then I have 4 goes at a major. I have not played particularly well in majors yet. I really haven't had like a major where I felt like I played well. Like I really haven't had any good finishes. So I would like to compete in at least one of the majors. Ideally, if I can get my name up there in 2 of them, I'd feel pretty good about that. I've never really been one to like going back through college golf, junior golf. Like when I first got in pro, I've never really been like quick to like explode onto the scene. I've been like kind of a slow burn. Like I was on Korn Ferry Tour for 4 years. I got better each year, but like it's always taken me a little bit at each level to kind of get comfortable. And I feel like that's how it's been for me on the PGA Tour a little bit. I didn't really have any impressive results at all my first couple of years, but I did get a little bit better, got a little bit better. And finally, as I started kind of breaking through in some of those events, I got more comfortable with it. And I don't know if maybe if majors, I'm a little slow getting into them because it's just getting used to the added pressure, the courses being maybe in a little bit different shape. So I'm hoping, with this being another year on tour, a little bit more experience, that I'll be a little bit more comfortable in the majors and can put my name up there and see what competing for a major feels like.
What's comfortable for you about the team competition? Because you won.
I
won Lauren down at the.
I'm a good team event guy. It's undeniable at this point.
Great locker room guy.
There's an amateur.
I won this last year, right?
Oh, you did win the AM side?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. I played with Philippe Lafont. We got our name down on the first team. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's like, oh, he won Zurich and Grant Thornton. I also won here too. I won 3 of them. But yeah,
That's the triple. That's it.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. It's the Novak Slam. You can't beat that.
Got to get you over the downhill. That's
the downhill. See,
that's the last one. You
I
gotta
would
go across the pond.
I would have loved to have done that. I had, with the baby on the way, I wasn't really traveling across, but that's definitely on the list. I'd love to play the downhill someday. I don't know why I'm good in team events. They're definitely fun, and I've thought about maybe I need to be having more fun in solo tournaments. I don't know.
So Philippe was playing off of what last year?
I think an 8. He's a legit 8.
Okay, so he's a 7 this year. So he didn't get cut crazy after.
No, winning. But I'm telling you, we just made it we ham and egged it perfect. And he said in his life, he's a legit 8. He'd never made 3 birdies in a row. He made 3 gross birdies in a row on the back 9 of Spyglass. We played the We played back 9 of Spyglass. It was our back 9 of our second round. I think we played it 10 under net. Back 9 of Spyglass to win by 1. We just got dumb hot for about 2 hours.
And you guys back this year to defend?
Yep. Good. He's playing, and yeah.
And you guys are paired up with Cantlay and the American oligarch Egon Durbin.
Yeah.
Are you and Ben going to run it back at Zurich as well?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're defending.
What you mentioned kind of the learning phase you've had at each level. What's something you would say now with your experience on the PGA Tour is all right, I know I've improved this, and this thing. What led to you learning something and advancing your skills? What do you credit to your rise in success?
Yeah, I think I've done a good job self-scouting. I think I've done a good job of being honest with myself. My first year, what did I do wrong? Okay. The great thing about the PGA Tour is how much you have access to stats wise. On the Korn Ferry Tour, you might have your fairways and greens and reg, and
doesn't tell you anything.
But on the PGA Tour, you actually have pretty good access to your stats. I could tell you, I've been pretty bad at putting from 10 to 20 feet. I'm a pretty good putter inside of 10 feet, and I'm a good lag putter, but some of that stuff has been troubling. So I can make sure to go work on that. My driving actually hadn't been fantastic, ever, but I've tried to work on that.
Really
look, I hit it short and crooked. That's not good. So I've tried to hit it farther. I didn't really hit it farther. So, now I'm maybe going to try and hit it straight. If we can't do farther, maybe we can do straight.
How do you feel about trying to gain some speed or some distance? Do you worry about that messing up your, the way you play golf, or would you like to get a couple extra in the tank?
No, I would love to get a couple extra in the tank, and I've tried it, and I just, for whatever reason, I haven't been able to get it to work.
You haven't been able to get the speed, or you haven't been able to do it and hit it straight.
No, I just this off season, I got in the gym. I was doing a lot more than what I've usually done. And I felt like I was in better shape than usual, and I'm somehow hitting it shorter and slower than what I don't know. I don't know why. I've done many different things. I mean, I've met with some people and looked into. I don't know. I'm 30. Maybe I'm washed now. I don't know.
Do you feel like it's a bit of an arms race out here? Of like, even if you're maintaining your current speed, got everyone else around you might be improving.
I can absolutely compete at multiple locations on tour, but like I said, I would love, like, for me, if I could win one tournament in my life, it'd be the Masters, and winning the Masters with 169 or 170 ball speed isn't really a thing that happens anymore. It just doesn't. Right. And they're having PGA championships or signature events at Quail Hollow. Like, my ceiling at Quail is maybe 15th. Like, that's just kind of about, like, last year with it being soaking wet. Like, I didn't play well, but like, even if I played well, there was half the field I probably couldn't beat there. Like, even unless I'm looking at a week where I go +10 on the greens or something, like, it's probably not happening. So some of these signature events like Memorial and some of these courses, I felt like having a little bit more distance would help for these, just to give me a chance to try and win them. And so I felt it was worth it, kind of going after it and seeing what I could do, and it didn't really work out.
What is it about Torrey that suits your game?
Yeah, Torrey's another one that you'd think hitting it far is good. I have always played pretty well at Torrey. I feel like I had some years where maybe I missed the cut or didn't play well, but a lot of the time I felt like it was because I wasn't taking advantage of the North Course. Torrey South, like, I don't know what my stroke average is there, but it's like, until this year, like, I guarantee you is better than La Quinta Country Club. Like, at Torrey South. I'm not kidding. Like, I don't know why. I think some of it is the distance I hit it always puts me about where the bunkers are. So I'm not dealing with the rough maybe as much as some people.
You'd rather be in the bunkers.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You can hit it. You can hit it because you can hit it on the green from the bunker. If you're in the rough, you're just chopping. Like, it's completely luck-based.
Any surprises, like being able to set your own schedule ahead of time this year? Anything that surprised you of like, oh man, like, I don't get to play there, or I have to make sacrifice?
I'm playing. One of my favorite tournaments from when I first got on tour was the Canadian Open, and it just falls in such a bad spot now. So I would love to be able to play that one, but I haven't been able to the last couple of years just because, like, the way my schedule is. I'm already playing like so many tournaments.
What do you love about the Canadian Open?
The fans.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
Yeah,
they're so good. They show up. I mean, that tournament's on rotation. It doesn't matter. They show up. They bring energy. It doesn't matter if you're tapping in for double. They're letting you hear it. Like, it's great. I love the Canadians. I love their fans, and the courses we played, like St. George, where we played 2 or 3 years ago, was probably one of the better courses.
Hamilton's sweet.
Yeah, Hamilton was great. Hamilton was awesome. The fans were unbelievable at Hamilton. We caught some kind of crap weather that week. It didn't matter. They still showed up. So, the Canadian Open was always the one that I really enjoyed playing.
Non-major division, like non-Augusta division, what's the tournament you most want to win? Harbour Town, because you're a South Carolina guy? Or
probably Harbour Town. I mean, obviously it helps that it's a signature event now too, but yeah, the fact that it's South Carolina, I would say Harbour Town or maybe RSM as well. Just like being a St. Simons guy now, there is kind of a thing where no Sea Island guy has ever won RSM. So I think if I was the first one to do that, I think that would be pretty cool. The course plays so different in the tournament. It's almost like a negative that you play there, because it's like having these preconceived notions about the course is almost like worse during the tournament. This year, actually, the first couple of days was the best weather we ever had, and I was like up near the top of the leader. We had some local guys up there because it was finally like, oh yeah, this is kind of closer to what I'm used to playing. But
what about out here? So Pebble, don't feel like driving distance is as heavily favored as other courses. Got to drive it with different clubs and driver off the tee. How does this course fit your game?
Yeah, I think I've always played pretty solid at Pebble.
T13 last year. T20
yeah, I struggled in the weather on Saturday last year. I just didn't play very well. But the other rounds, I mean, I finally played a really good round at Spyglass last year, which I'd had some issues at Spyglass in previous years. So that was nice to see. I think I love Monterey Peninsula, but I don't think I played that course great either. That was a little bit more of a Bombers course, I felt, when that was in the rotation. But yeah, I've had some success here, and I feel like Pebble does somewhat fit my game because it does kind of maybe devalue some of the driving of the ball and puts it more on the approach game, the irons, the wedges. I feel comfortable chipping around these greens, and Poana, I'm from Southeast, but I putt Poana well. I don't know why. Yeah. I'm comfortable on the greens.
I've got a theory, and kind of like last year when they switched over from Dormer Bermuda, that overseeded ride down at like the Honda or the Cognizant, whatever they're calling it now. Do you feel like the Southeastern guys on tour that grew up playing Bermuda are almost like, you guys have an advantage and you don't get to play on that type of grass very often?
Absolutely. I love Colonial. Colonial is so fun. I've done very well at Colonial too. We don't get that much anymore, man. What was it? I guess Memphis. Love Memphis. Done that. Yeah. That's Zoysia fairways, but still the rough is proper Bermuda.
Half the field's already eliminated before they even tee.
Right? I mean, guys, I think it's not that extreme. I think guys are a little bit more used to playing Bermuda now, but it's still definitely an advantage. Look, my first year, I Mondayed into, it was the Honda Classic at the time. I Mondayed into that in 2018. I made the cut on the number at 5 over. JT and Luke List, I believe, were in a playoff at 6 under. I teed off at 12:15 on Thursday last year at Cognizant. I was 12 back in the lead. I teed off. I was 12 back. I don't want to do that. Look, PGA National is supposed to be tough. I don't care. It's Florida golf. Like I get we play Bay Hill and Bay Hill's brutal, but like don't overseed the whole thing. Don't do that. Like it takes away from the identity of the tournament. So yeah.
My guy.
What's your prep for this week with some kind of weather rolling in yesterday afternoon, uncertain weather today? Like how does that affect your preparation? Did it affect your early week? How are you
a little bit?
Week?
A little bit.
You're spending time with us. You must be pretty relaxed about your
well, I thought it was going to be pouring right now, but now actually looks like a good time.
Get out of here.
No, I'm a practice a bit this morning, and then I think this afternoon looks pretty rough. So definitely want to get some putting work in, see what that rain did to the green speeds. So I'll be doing some putting work, some chipping work, seeing how the ball's reacting.
Do you consider yourself a mutter?
I'd have to look at the stats. I hate playing in bad weather, but I don't think I've necessarily played poorly in bad weather. So I don't enjoy it, but like nobody really does.
Sure. Neil famously ranks every player in the field this week, 1 to 80.
Yeah.
Do you want to at least reveal where Andrew is?
I want to be very clear.
Okay.
It's not a ranking. It's not like a power ranking. It's I'm trying to predict the finish from 1 to 80 as exactly as possible.
For specifically this event.
This event, yes.
Okay.
Where do you?
Because that is a little bit different.
I don't have it in front of me right now, but I believe you are in the 25 to 30.
Hey.
I'm okay. I was gonna say, as long as I'm top 40, I'm good with that. I feel good here.
I got 2 questions for you, then we'll let you go. One, you made, I believe, $7.7 million on tour last year. You had to have bought something. That had to have changed something. What's the biggest expense you incurred, or something you did with newfound money in the bank?
I did buy a car early season, but really, I mean, we had a baby in November, so I've been kind of stocking up for that. A lot of diapers,
a baby stroller.
We got the was it the Nuna?
Oh yeah,
and we got all kinds of we got
dabbing going on in the background here.
We have so many baby clothes, and yes.
Do you travel with a podcast setup
No, and that's the one thing we've struggled with. I got a proper mic at home and stuff, but I can't really travel with the mic and all that stuff. And we do the best I can. Evan's got a good setup at his house, but that is kind of the one thing that we've struggled with me being on the road so much. It is really hard to get a proper setup, and the quality's maybe not what it could be if I was at home every week.
Sure. A fellow content creator. We need to get him on the Creator Council.
Last question. So you mentioned the Masters and that upcoming. What's the preparation like for that? What are you anticipating feeling when you tee it up at the Masters, competition wise, for the first time?
I'm expecting to not be able to feel my hands on the first tee. Hopefully I hit a good one off of 1, and by the time I get to the fairway, I'm kind of like back in my body. But yeah, I'm expecting to feel way different on that first tee than kind of anywhere else. It's always tough when 1 means a little bit more to you, because I mean, look, Rory got it last year, so I feel like I can talk about it, but it's definitely different. Like you could see it was different for him at the Masters versus other tournaments because of how badly he wanted it. So I know I'm gonna have to kind of temper that a little bit so I can stay locked down on what I want to do, but I'm very excited. I mean, it's a tournament I've watched since I was a kid. I've probably logged as many hours as anybody watching Masters tape, film, highlights, all kinds of shots. So I feel pretty comfortable about knowing the course well. It's just going to be, how's it playing when I get there? How are the balls releasing out? How firm are the greens? How fast are they?
Well, I will, as the biggest Novak hater on the internet. I gotta say, I've completely flipped. I'm a huge fan of yours, and I'm rooting.
Get him on the team.
Appreciate that.
Get him on the team.
Good luck this
always
week
have.
defending your title.
Yeah, appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thanks
Thank
for
you.
stopping by,
Thank
man.
you.
Best of luck.
Congrats
Thank
on
you
the
for joining.
Keekly Hall of Fame.
Yeah, how about that?
Big,
Yeah, that was well deserved. So
Pep.
Peps, you're still big, man.
yeah,
Well, really appreciate your time. Best of luck this week, and let's do it again. This was really fun.
appreciate it. Thanks. Thanks for having me on.
You bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to bring DJ back in here as well. Thank you to Andrew Novak for coming by. Guys? A lot of people are itching. I'm itching for it at least a little bit. Is it big board time?
Oh, you want?
Are we ready?
I can get you started.
Do we
Yeah,
want to
let me
start getting down the leaderboard
Hold
in
on just a
reverse?
second.
Can I just say while
this
he's
is not a power ranking? You just said this is not a power ranking.
can I just say that as one of the foremost Novak builders on the internet, I wasn't expecting to have my whole platform repudiated by Novak on the podcast. He set us back. He set us back years on that one. You know, we've been building up this case, and you're talking about hitting it short and crooked. I'm like, no, don't say that stuff. That's what he's been saying.
He's a dog, though.
I know. Well, that's true. That's true.
He gets a lot out of it, man.
We gotta be selective with the stats. No, we gotta be selective with the stats. Yeah.
Stats don't tell the full story.
That's right. Team winner. We got that. That's the most important stat. Heart, vibes.
Walk
Yeah,
and
exactly.
carry dog.
Exactly right. Exactly. See ya.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. If you want to go down big board time.
I think so.
All right. So Beluga's big board. Just to this is year 3, right? This is a proprietary model. Okay. The goal is not a power ranking, TC. It is to predict, because if it's a power ranking, we
It's
have
a predictive model.
Yeah.
data golf in there. We're taking other things into account: body language, time on the range, who's grinding in the rain, things like that. I mean,
Claude's not out there watching guys
No,
hit
they're not.
balls.
There's
You
a lot-
know,
there's a
we
lot
can.
of
Yeah.
subjective
You can get
stuff
that
in there. It's
elsewhere.
not just
I think
strokes
it's
gained.
still a power ranking. You're just using different.
Yeah, we might be
feed
saying
into
the same
power
thing. Yeah.
ranking.
Well, the power ranking would be. I'm trying
It's
to
not a
predict the
statistical
result.
index.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So what I'm looking for on the stat side, I am looking for guys that hit a lot of fairways. Less than driver off the tee. Are they comfortable doing stuff like that? That's all going to play. And do you guys want to play in the mud? That's why I'm asking Novak, is he a mudder? In years past, I was.
It's going to be
changing-
nice tomorrow. It's going to be nice first 2
Well,
days.
but you just got to be, weather can roll in quickly.
Who
around here,
knows?
right? So we'll start, as always, we'll start at 80 and we'll go down.
Are you confident you have the right number of players this year? Because last year we notoriously missed somebody.
Well, we had 79 yesterday.
And if you see something, say something.
I
out
was
there.
able to find player number 80. It was Alex Smalley.
Oh,
Was
okay.
missing off my list.
Gotcha.
So he was, I believe.
And he didn't win last year.
No,
So
he didn't. So we're
crisis
good there.
averted.
All right, at 80, coming in at 80, and this is no offense to anyone on the big board, right? Somebody has to be Mr.
Sure.
80. It's Brian Campbell.
Wow.
Short
Shots
hitter.
fired.
Yeah, I know, but just not a lot of form.
Sure.
Not feeling much since the Mexico.
Won twice last year.
I know. I just don't. It's not for me this
Sure.
week.
Neil's got just his notes.
His-
Brian Campbell, no thanks.
No thanks. I mean, that's just personal. That's from the Beluga's twisted mind there. Chris Kirk. He's missed 3 straight cuts. Don't feel like it's a good fit here. Steven Fisk. Not super familiar with his game, but
Winner last year in the fall.
Sanderson Farms,
Yeah.
I believe, but still, I don't
yeah,
think that's right.
Sanderson
Right, Wiki. Played well here last year, but I've got Billy Horschel at 77.
Dusting off some injury stuff. You had surgery.
Yeah, just don't
Playing
think
with
it's going to be
Daddy
his
D.
week. Yeah, we've got Adam Schenk, Aldrich Potgieter, 0 course history. We don't need the distance. The shot.
That could be the
Water doesn't look good for this course.
could be the Lamborghini in a school zone.
That's right.
Yeah, don't need
Kind
it.
of losing me with this next one.
Next one is Denny McCarthy.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of course fit is gravitating towards the bottom
I just didn't like the way the results looked recently. I mean, that's a gut feel. That's
Okay.
a Beluga
You
trust
got to
in his
respect that, TC.
Yeah.
You got to
I do.
respect
Are you
that.
worried? Sorry to pause you super quick, but the notoriously in the past, I think we've maybe given out the
Doug Gim.
Doug Gim Award
Yeah.
for the most respect translated to worst
Yeah,
position.
I had Doug Gim like in top 5, I think, and I think he came in second to last year 1. So the Doug Gim Award, I do have a couple nominees.
This could
for-
be a reverse Doug Gim, is what
that
I'm
could
worried
be,
about.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
opposite of the Doug Gim, which I would say is the Shane Lowry.
Is
I
that what
said
happened?
last
Yeah.
year that he wasn't a mutter and he came in second.
Notoriously won a
So,
major in the
yeah,
range, but
not-
very much a mutter.
So
Yeah.
look out for those as we go down the list. Harry Hall is 73.
Oh, That feels
I don't
personal.
understand
Sorry.
that either.
I saw him hitting balls on the range. That's the solid.
So watch him hit 2 balls.
I didn't like the way
Didn't
it
like
looked.
it.
It didn't feel right. I had to put it into the model.
I hate that. I think he's going to play really well.
Fair enough. We'll monitor that.
Side bet, maybe.
Potential
Yeah.
Shane Lowry situation. 72. We've got Minwoo Lee, the unstable compound.
That I can
that
get
plays.
down with.
I
Yes.
just don't feel like I'm not buying his stock right now. 71. Max McGreevy. Walked by him over by the putting green. Not great eye contact. Just didn't like the vibe. Don't have much more there.
Tell me something about Max McGreevy. Any?
No,
He just did.
I just
Doesn't like
did.
the vibe.
I
Just
did.
did.
You know, my first impression. You know, I'm sure he's a great guy, but I didn't like the energy that we had
Sure.
passing each other on the putting green.
Incompatible.
So, yeah, Brian Harmon is 70. Not a place where he seems to do stuff.
That's surprising.
T53, T54 the last 2 years. Pebble, you would think
He's
so.
been playing here for
right?
25 years.
Yeah, you
this
think
year.
he would have
I know it
he
just
would run into some
so
good form here.
recently hasn't gone well out here. Even though, as I said last year, this place does favor lefties. There was no stat behind that other than Phil's won here a bunch. And
Lefties have won here a bunch. Man.
I think Randy called me out.
Ted
on that,
Potter.
so-
Ted Potter won
Yeah,
here.
fair
He's a
enough.
lefty.
Okay. 69, Colin Morikawa. Now, form last year,
Feels like a
T17, T14 the last 2 years. On paper, good fit. I just don't feel good about where he's at with his game. It doesn't seem like we're jiving there. So
Could be a Shane Lowry if he finds it with the irons. Iron
I
play
know
very important here.
I'm that's a lot of risk on that one
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me. That could blow
But
up
I
my
appreciate you
face.
sticking your neck out on that
Yeah.
one. That's saying something.
You know, because we don't want to go down the data golf rankings. That's not good content.
Neil,
right?
you're right on Harmon.
It's never gone well here, right?
gone
Which is
well
all. This is kind of interesting. I'd like to maybe
Yeah.
double click on that at some point. 68, Matty Schmid. Don't have a note there. Just had found a spot for him. 67, Sahith Thagala.
Don't like this.
T8,
trending.
T7, T18 the last 3 weeks. Feels like good momentum. Solly, I just can't trust it.
Oh, you guys are. Remember that handshake.
I'm
right
sorry. I can't. I love Sahith, but I just
One
don't.
of my
I don't
favorite
trust
players.
it yet.
Can't trust it.
I think you did not give enough credence to that he was hurt last year. And when he's healthy, he's been one of the best
I
players
could
in the
just
world.
picture him getting loose over at Spyglass.
Get
And
some weird weather,
Yeah.
bad wind. He could hit some
Weather
balls
looks
in the
good
ocean.
for Thursday,
He's
Friday.
paired with Hoagie this week.
well, I just saw Hoagie in the hallway. Hoagie, I couldn't factor it into the big board, but he's like, I'm not hitting my irons well. I was like, damn it, Tom. You're a thoroughbred out here for me. What are you talking about? This should be a happy place.
You gotta text me that.
He's
stuff.
like, you're
too
telling me,
honest.
man. It's pouring rain out there. I can't work on my game. 66, Mackenzie Hughes. Don't have a note.
66 for McKinney.
Yeah.
Wow,
that's
that's
well
interesting.
done.
That was
Is that an homage?
it was a bit of an homage. He hasn't played great recently. He made some cuts, but it's not
Yeah.
like it's kind of in this
Mackenzie
this
Hughes
region.
playing with Alex Smith, quarterback.
There you go.
He needs an offensive lineman out there after the.
and I
incident
like
from last
Mackenzie
week.
Hughes. I just don't, I don't predict a good week. 65, Bud Colley. Don't have a note here. Don't have a ton of course
count him out.
history.
Count him out.
64, Nico Echevarria, friend of the program. I saw him grinding on short putts out there at Spyglass yesterday. They didn't seem to be going in, so we factored that into the models. 63,
Nico's playing with Pau Gasol.
Really? Oh, that's fun.
63, Aaron Rye. Last guy on the range last night on Tuesday in the dark.
Is that a good thing or
I
a
think
bad
that's a good thing. Isn't that par for the course? That's his
we
MO.
but it was raining. He had the double glove. Obviously, he's ready with the double gloves. Something's telling me. Normally, you'll see later on, guys grinding in the rain is a good thing. But
Yeah.
for here, I didn't like the vibe.
The Renaissance has kind of maybe cooled off
Renaissance.
a little bit.
62, Kurt Kitayama. 61, Sam Valimaki.
Sammy.
Sammy.
That
But I
is,
haven't
we
seen
are.
it.
I'm getting word that we are going to take a quick break here after this one. We are going to be back with more Beluga's big board. But we appreciate you running through our first 20.
There we go.
We'll be back shortly after this. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the No Laying Up podcast here at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Thank you, everyone. We are back, of course, with the Beluga's big board. We have done 80 through 60. We wait with bated breath as Neil takes
61.
us to
We're on 60.
Okay. My favorite part of the show. Where are we going next to number 60?
We're going to keep 20 in the tank. We're going to Mr. Big Tone himself. Tony Finau is coming in at 60. Putting continues to stink. He's been slightly below average off the tee. I need proof of life. Solly, how do you feel about that?
It's not been great for Big Tone. A lot of my writing for him was when he was playing great, and you guys were not giving him the proper credit for it. He has not been playing great. I'm not going to ride for the current results here. I'm going to stay consistent. I think if
you like him at 60.
I like him there. That's great. I think we just saw with Novak. We could bring Big Tone in right here, and he would validate everything I've ever said. I think.
Question.
So, thank you.
Did you put him at 60? He's got 20 guys behind him at 60. 20's
in the tank. TC. Now you're seeing how the proprietary model works. 66 for Mackenzie Hughes. Both of those were coincidences, but I like where your head is at.
I don't know if any comment
really coincidences.
Yeah.
I don't know if any comment
Mackenzie Hughes wasn't, but
has ever gotten more run at no leg up than Randy. I don't even know if Tony said it or if it was just everybody else saying it about Tony. There was the thing 4, 5, 6 years ago when he's playing really good golf. It was like, oh, and the thing is, he's got 20 more in the tank.
Specifically a screenshot of his ball speed.
Yeah,
and it was like 214 or something. Yeah, it was something crazy. It was like, yeah, Tony's got 20 extra in the tank anytime he wants it.
And Randy famously, as he's wont to do, just kind of rolling that grenade like 4 weeks later, 6 weeks later, just like, Kapalua seems like a good time to use that extra 20. Do we have that?
Can I will butt in here. So I played with him in the Pro-Am. You guys tasked me with asking him this question, and I got you the answer, and you still don't acknowledge it. He says, my game is best when I live at this speed as it coordinates to the rest of my swing. Like I don't need at 200 miles an hour on the PGA Tour. I don't have the control over it. I don't know exactly where it's going, and the downstream effect on that on the rest of my game doesn't work. This is the speed I live at best for success on the PGA Tour.
It's an entertainment product. Let's see the big smash. Come on.
What did he do at TGL? Did he break out the extra 20?
He did
Dougie on you.
He absolutely stunted on everybody. He's an entertainer.
That answers the question. Thank you.
I thought it was really interesting hearing Novak saying, "Hey, I'm trying to build a bigger tank here. I just can't find any more."
I know. I was trying. I didn't want to go too deep on that, but I was like, maybe we could talk in the hall about that. That's really interesting. All right, 59. Solly, what's your Noren take? I've got Alex Noren.
Wow.
I love Noren, but I don't. He doesn't feel like a threat this week for me.
I think it's a pretty good golf course.
Bulletin board material.
Okay.
I think someone who plays a lot of golf on Visby, they get some squalls and such going.
I do want to shout out the random guy on the internet who has put together a recap of the big board, how it did against infographic, how it did against a random number generator, and I can report that it did better.
Yeah, we've got some graphics. Maybe we can put those on social media. We can take to social media with that.
Okay,
but some good results.
We'll get down. You want me to get to 41?
We're in no hurry.
Yeah, all right, so we got Keegan here at 58.
Keegan's at 58.
Why do we not have his last name capitalized? Is that a slight to him?
That's interesting.
No, that's just a classic
of a Charlie XCX situation.
Merch star typo. We're working fast through our
always
document.
leaves you one Easter egg to find. And you found it, TC.
Well, Keegan almost domed us.
I didn't even want to double click on Sam Valimaki. You guys must be close personal friends.
Samuel
my friend Samuel Valimaki.
My guy Sam. No, Keegan almost took us out on Spyglass. He bombed one down the first. We're standing down there. I'm trying to get through the yardage book with Jordan, and here comes a ball like 20 past us. So that was tough.
Keegan's gonna call me at 11.
Now, why is he? We just saw him out here on the range grinding. Why is he at 58? He quit. Didn't even finish the first hole of his practice round. Just went home.
I don't think he went home. I think he went to part of the course.
Went to go find a quicker part.
Well, I thought he went home, so I said no thanks. I'm not buying this week. Okay.
Sell.
57. Xander Schauffele.
Wow.
He's 9th in data golf ranking, 10th in the OWGR. He seems to be falling down those leaderboards pretty fast. 106th in the FedEx Cup. He was in grind mode on the range for 2 hours yesterday while we were doing a tech check. There seems to be whispers of injury. Or kind of maybe he was hurt more last year than we knew about. I just don't think we're bucking those issues this week. That is, that could come back to haunt me because he could, he's a good golfer.
I agree.
He's a very good golfer.
I agree with that.
So
a bit of a Hovland-esque win in the fall, maybe. You know,
Sure,
when
but that- was
Hovland
that
won
in
last
Japan?
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
When Hovland won last year, it was just a little bit like, yeah, I don't know where that came from. You know,
Yeah, at the
it was-
Valspar.
Yeah, that was
He
kind
bird
of
box to win.
that was kind of Xander a little bit. Maybe in the fall was, you know, nothing victory, and now we're a little off the rails.
He was also wearing the blow by shoes on the range. You know, I hate that.
Yeah.
So,
Do you want to call it for those that may not know what the blow by shoes are?
yeah, when all black golf shoes. In basketball, you see someone wearing the all blacks is like it's a blow by alert. Like blow by him. Like that guy looks slow.
Yeah,
you should blow by him. Black, especially black shoes on black socks. On the basketball court.
Maybe someone can get into Getty Images, but I feel like maybe Novak might ride the blow by shoes quite a bit.
It might be an Adidas thing.
We might need to look out for maybe
Yeah.
that's a speed thing.
Yeah, we could
Maybe switch to white shoes.
That's right. That's right. He blow by alert with his ball speed.
Yeah, listen, the black shoes aren't helping.
Yeah, that's definitely not helping
It's
anything.
not helping anything.
56. I've got Rickie Fowler here. Decent form, 2 straight top 20s, but not great results at Pebble in the past. T47, T53. I'm worried he's activating this week. You know,
he is playing with a ball knower. Former Cleveland Browns GM candidate Condoleezza Rice.
Okay.
Head coach candidate.
Head coach
We had a big
candidate.
argument about this.
Yeah.
Head
Was
coach.
head coach?
It was
Yes.
head coach.
Confirmed head
She's
coach
a-
candidate.
We have 3 co-owners of the Denver Broncos in the field this week. Greg
Kind of a
Johnson,
Team offsite.
Mr. Penner, and
Sure.
yeah, maybe they're doing some draft prep.
Talking roles and responsibilities. Yeah, lots of stuff.
55, Emiliano Grillo. Saw Grillo hitting the 17 before Solly hit on behalf of the students. Awful iron shot into the wind. No thanks. That's all I needed to say.
Enough said.
Conditions were tough.
54, I'm worried about a Shane Lowry here. Matt McCarty. Feels like he's been in good form, but I
Personal shot.
I put him in
Was
here.
he in the Fedora 5?
No.
He was not in the Fedora.
Was he an
5.
honorable
I
mention?
think he's in the he's on the practice squad right now.
Gotcha.
For the Fedora 5, the watch list.
He's on the band.
I got 53. I've got Michael Thor Bjornsson. Great week last week. Maybe a bit of a hangover week. Young guy. Can we sustain that success week over week?
It's a fast car for this ballpark as well.
That's right. So I feel like I'm thinking he regresses a bit.
I just want to get on record that I don't like that one. I
Yeah,
respect your process.
Okay.
I just want to, on the record, I don't like that one.
Potential home game, Stanford.
That's fair.
I think
Didn't take
he's-
into account
I think he's on
college.
the rise. I think he's like one of the next dudes.
Yeah. 52. This one hurts.
I hope so. I want to get on record. I hope so.
I've got Mr.
go.
Max Grazerman.
Playing with DJ Diesel.
Yeah.
He could be DJ Diesel's quant.
Yeah. I love the Athletic article about Grazerman. If anybody is looking for a good long form read about his dad's from finance, worked at a hedge fund, the way they go about golf, they think a lot about how you would invest. We played in the BMW Pro-Am with him a couple years ago. I was like, hey, Max, what do you like to do for
Came
fun?
on the live
He was
show
like,
last year, I think.
it's like, I like to invest. I was like, hell yeah, man. Like, he's just like, it's like he's into it.
Well, what a thrill for him to play with DJ Diesel.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think they might be getting too deep into the weeds of, economic theory and financials.
Well, they're playing with Billy Horschel and Ron DeSantis. So
God, what that's a
Greatest meeting of
lot
land and
going on
sea.
there.
all right. Where are we at? 52. Last one. 51. Joe Highsmith. I don't know on POA. I don't know if putting with our eyes closed is going to go well. So I've got him right here in the middle of the field, and there
West
you have
Coast guy though.
it. Yeah, fair enough.
That's true.
Thank you, Neil.
Yeah.
That's just fantastic. As
It's a
always.
lot to chew on so far.
Sure.
I like it.
We're going to get back. We're going to, of course, pick up the big board and go 50 through 1. But we do have a guest ready to come in. I feel like we should have some entrance music for when this guy does join. But before we get there, it is AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am Week. We are here for the 3rd year in a row, live at Pebble Beach, proudly presented by our friends at AT&T. Connectivity is truly the bridge to possibility, improving the way we move through our daily lives. AT&T creates connections to what people need to thrive in their everyday lives, connections to friends, family, work, commerce, education, health, entertainment, and more. Don't leave me hanging, Johnson. For 150 years, connecting people has been AT&T's calling. To find out more, head to att.com. AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Welcome to the show, Johnson Wagner. How are you, my friend?
Solly, it is always a pleasure to see you, and it's always a pleasure to be at Pebble Beach. Love you guys. Love your work.
Great to see you.
Listen every week. So thank
Mustache
you for
looks
that.
fantastic.
It's getting a little gray these days.
Oh, join the club, man.
Did you do any maintenance
Yeah.
of that? Is it going to have to stay dark, or are you going to let the gray come in?
A couple of years ago, I would like pluck them or cut them, but now I'm just like rocking it because people like to say that I diet, and I just want to prove that I would never. I'm not that vain. Like, look at my body.
Guy respects the game too much.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it go gray and eventually look like Maltby.
who's back, by the way. We can potentially discuss that. But big career change for you this past year. You moved over to CBS from NBC. What's that transition been like?
It's been really cool. I loved everybody at Golf Channel. I was never really NBC, just with Golf Channel, and I love my team. I love the people I worked with, from like broadcasters to research, everybody. But the opportunity came up, and network golf, it's pretty sick to be on a network broadcast team, especially like Sellers is just, I think, the best producer in golf, and to be able to learn from him and listen and work with Jim Nance, especially here at Pebble where he lives, like it's been a dream come true, and never would have thought 3 years ago that I could have this opportunity.
Well, congrats, man. We're all like, talk about it, just unanimous. You know, when the press release goes out, everybody in golf is like, hell yeah, that's great. That's kind of leads to my question is, you know, you played on the PGA Tour for a very long time. I feel like you get turned into, you know, for good fun, the butt of some of these jokes, right? Let's have Johnson. Johnson was a very successful PGA Tour player for a long time. What is it like to be kind of like a golf media darling now at this point? Did you ever, like, in the middle of your PGA Tour career, be like, oh, I think that's the next step, is I'm going to be the guy in golf media, the it kid in golf
still
media.
Not stop. Like, it is just not it. But no, I never. Peter Jacobson told me one time that he thought I'd be good at TV when I was like 32, and I kind of put it in the back of my mind and didn't really have any options. Golf was not going well, and so when the opportunity came up with Golf Channel, like, I was fired up to try and fell in love with it. Like, I caddied growing up, then I played, and I have no other credentials. I didn't graduate from college. I knew I needed to get a job.
Join the club on that one too.
Like, it just
hey,
had
no
to be
backup
golf.
plan, no safety net. That's motivating, baby. You got to make it work.
Put your back against the wall.
100%.
Could have went back to caddying.
That was
Where did you caddy?
I caddied Hudson National in Westchester County, New
Oh,
York.
Yeah.
I lost.
Just a number there.
No, I'm out in New Jersey now.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm Bernardsville, New Jersey.
Cool.
But Hudson National, tough golf course.
Tough golf course to walk, and it's walking only. Full jumpsuit as a caddy, double bagging. I lost 30 pounds. I was in my sophomore year in high school. I was just a doughy, kind of like I am now, and I lost 30 pounds and I felt like I was walking on the clouds. Caddied out there for 4 years. Yeah.
So what's the, you're doing live network coverage now. You were famous for your segments you do on Live on Golf Channel after play is done, but you guys are just like, was this part of the plan going in? I'm like, we're doing this live on the telecast. And when you're sitting and watching the golf, are you like, when you see something crazy happening, are you just like, oh no, here we go again. They're going to make me recreate that one out there. What's a day like for you now while the golf's going on?
So I'm walking. I'm the third walker. So I'll go out with, I was with Koepka Saturday and Sunday in San Diego, and then last week was out with Scheffler early. And I'm with CBS. We have a monitor as a walker, so I'm watching the coverage as we go. Last week, Scotty holds this putt on 14, but then Hideki hits this great shot from the desert on 13, and Sellers gets in my ear and he's like, "Hey, when you're done with Scotty, we're gonna go out and hit that putt on 14 from the front fringe." And I was like, "What about the Hideki 3-wood? Like, that was cool." And he's like, "You can't hit that shot."
He's like, it might hurt somebody.
He's like, "You can't hit that shot." I was like, "You're probably right. We'll stick to the putter," which I hit to 70 feet from 40 feet.
Michael Kim accused you of sometime of punting some of these shots. What do you have to say to that accusation?
Absolutely not. We the first one we did with CBS was Saturday in San Diego, and Brooks had hit a shot off the cart path on 1. He was making the turn to the front side. He was second to last group off 10, and after he finishes 1, we're talking. We're like, "Yes, let's hit that cart path shot." And so I get up there, and there's 20 people like have found me that this is happening, and I just realized,
check it out. He's gonna try. Watch, he's gonna mess up. Check it out.
Here comes the mook.
I had not made a golf swing since December 26th,
Oh.
and now I'm put in a position with 20 people behind me trying to rip one off a cart path through the trees. And I mean, I hit it pin high, 60 yards left of the green. So it's not, I'm trying to hit a good shot. It's just difficult. I've been walking like 3 miles with Brooks for 9 holes, and then, hey, why don't you crack your back and go hit a 7-iron off a cart path?
Take the battery pack off and the headset, and you're all stiff. And yeah, that's relatable. The way we make content.
Well, it's gotta be hard. You can't plan for that. Like, you can't plan for what's going to come if that's going to be kind of how you guys approach it. I was trying to think, like, all right, what could you do at Pebble? You could do the Tiger shot under the tree on 18. I think you might need to tee up a driver these days. That's your words, not mine, I'm sure. But
what are you saying? I have no speed?
That's not what I said. You just said that. What has the chipping gotten any better? I had a lot of people reached out to you about your chipping.
I've had many phone lessons from notable teachers, but I played Whisper Rock on Sunday and then played yesterday at Cal Club. Whisper Rock, somehow I was able to chip, and then yesterday at Cal Club, I'm on the first hole. I've got about 40 yards, par 5, and I just completely laid the sod over it. And it went, 10 feet in front of me, and for the rest of the day, I just pulled putter out everywhere I could. No, the chip.
Yeah, early in the rounds, that's tough.
Yeah, it's completely in my head. No, it's a hit or miss on the day and how I'm feeling.
What from a walking commentator perspective, what's that been like? What's the biggest surprise there? What's the the part you've liked, the part that you didn't expect? What has that kind of been like?
I walked a few times with Golf Channel, but then kind of gravitated towards the booth and really loved the booth. And now walking, it's as similar as to playing around a golf on the PGA Tour as I can have. Like, if your group is playing well, it's awesome. You're calling a ton of shots. If you get a group that's not playing well, you're just kind of out there walking and you're not feeling great. But getting in the action, the crowds at Torrey on Saturday, Sunday were amazing. And then last week in Phoenix, it's like, I find myself like just scanning, just looking at all the scenery.
So much more to comment on as a commentator when you're out in the crowd. You're picking up on just a lot more stuff coming into your purview.
Absolutely.
But it's also, and I'll ask you this question: when someone's not playing well and you got the wrong group, you can learn a lot from them for a future event. You feel that way?
I hadn't thought about that, and I'm embarrassed, but yes, that's a good point.
Because I feel that way as when I go to an event. My favorite way is like pick a group that's on a Friday, like around the cut line, and you can kind of see there's not going to be a lot of crowds. You're going to see a lot of golf, and you're going to kind of see like, are they a grinder or not? Are they just gonna I'm gonna catch a flight home early?
What's this guy working on? Is he making a lot of practice motions? And then when you see him in contention in a month, is what you're saying?
100%.
Like, that day that I saw him on the golf course, now it makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. That's forward thinking. That's
hell yeah. Take that with you. That's free.
As
lifelong learner.
We're dealing with a small sample size, obviously, to start the PGA Tour season. But I'm wondering what you've seen so far out of the first month plus of the season, or even smaller this year without having Kapalua. But what have you seen that is actually telling you something in terms of, hey, I'm a little worried about this guy, or like this guy trending? What has stuck out to you so far in the season?
I'm one of the biggest Jordan Spieth fans that's ever lived, and I'm getting to the point where I'm a little concerned. Like, I just want to see some more consistency out of him, but also like Chris Gotterup, like we were having questions at the beginning of the year. Who's going to be the guy that pushes Scotty Scheffler? And Gotterup. Jake Knapp is balling. Pearson Cootie is balling. Like some of these guys are being these consistent top 10, top 15 every week. And when are they going to break out? I think Gotterup has just been unreal what he's done.
Do you think he has the staying power? Like, you competed on the tour for decades, like maybe not decades, like for a decade, but what does he have that would make sense to project him out into, or what would you project him out to be?
I think he's got an incredible feel for a big guy. He hits the ball a long way. My only concern, his swing is kind of timing based.
It's a lot of moving parts.
So that would be my main concern, but it's who he is, and he embraces it, and he hits all these different shots. Like, it's refreshing when you watch guys on the range that just hit a 3-yard fade over and over. Like, I was blown away with Matthew Pavon here a couple of years ago after he won Torrey, and I was watching him just hit fade after fade after fade. But when you watch Gotterup hit shots, it's like bullet cut, bullet draw, high, low. He's got everything. So that, I think, is his biggest strength, and why he plays well in Hawaii, where he won, why he won in Myrtle Beach, which is windy, why he won in Scotland. Like, he's going to be an incredible, windy, tough golf course player.
Which is so cool. We'd say this on the show all the time, but that's why it's cool to see him win in Phoenix, right? Yeah. It's like, oh, that's totally different, and now this week is totally different. If he's a guy that can compete at both, is like, that's what you're looking for, man. And that's what I think the best example is Rory over the last 5 years of being able to figure out like all of these different types of ways to
Rory's
win.
a better example than Scotty in the last 5 years. I'm sorry.
Scotty's a good example. That's pretty.
Times.
I forgot about Scotty. Scotty in the field this week? Yeah.
I was watching Gotterup hit practice.
It's not even fun to talk about Scotty anymore. It's just like, oh yeah, of course. Data Golf had him a 22% chance to win this week or something like that. It's like, I
was watching him hit balls. And it reminds me of not a lot of people flip the hands like it's like Patrick Reed. It's like a blown up version of Reed at impact, the way he gets through the ball. And it's like a lot can go wrong with that, but it's fun to watch, you know?
when you're a timing based swing
Yeah.
guy, when you're on for a while, but when you lose it, that's why he's missed a lot of cuts.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at Aldrich Potkeeter. Like when that guy, he's kind of similar. When you've got that kind of speed and that kind of action, when you play bad, you're gonna play really bad. But when you play good, you're gonna be on fire.
Yeah, I just got a lot of respect. It's like doing a gainer off a diving board. People that release the hands, it's like, no fear.
Watch your head.
Yeah, watch your head, bro. I hope, like I don't want to do that anymore. I'm scared. Everybody's scared to flip, to let the hands go, except for a few guys out there.
I'm trying to fight it off.
That's exactly right.
Your life right now.
It's kind of how the tour is built though now too. Is just maximize your best weeks. And if you miss 6 cuts or you finish low in some signature events, like it's not the end of the world if you can squeeze out a win or 2 wins or 5 top 5s or whatever. It's kind of how it's built.
If you let's say like you're the prime of your career playing wise would have lined up with today, like this era of play. We just had Andrew Novak in here. He was talking about like he's struggling to keep up speed wise. He's done things but hasn't. And you were not a long hitter when you played. How do you think that would have the way the game is played currently in the year 2026? Would that have had an impact on you at all and how you would have approached the game? And is that something you would have seen even if you're playing really good golf? You've won on the PGA Tour. Would you feel like you have been pressured into adding some distance?
Yes, I felt it at the end of my career, but I think what these guys have going for them is in college and in junior golf, they've been working out. They're used to the gym. Like that was never something that I enjoyed. And the 2-3 good years I had, I actually did put that time in. So I think if I were playing today, I would be way more.
You'd be yoked.
I'd be more interested in getting fit and eating right and doing the right things. Like because you have to be that way. If you're not, you're just going to get passed by.
Anybody kind of looming, lurking out, maybe that hasn't had the best finishes that you're like, oh, just wait until you see this guy up close and personal, or anybody you're particularly investing in?
I am so bought into Luke Clanton. I know he's struggled. TC2.
Oh yeah, he's our guy.
No, you can't claim that.
We
anymore.
agree on something.
You pulled him out of the top 10 best players without a major. You can't claim.
But we
that.
put him in there to begin with.
Like I love this guy. I had a chance to be around him with I can't say the brand name, but a golf
event,
a golf club commercial shoot, and I stayed in the same house with him, and then like we helped him with his putting, and he is like so energized about the game of golf and loves working at it, loves playing, and he's super talented, and he's just one of the greatest dudes I've ever been around. Like my favorite growing up was Freddie, and then it was Jordan Spieth, and now Luke Clanton's like my favorite golfer.
How about that? Put your name on something, Johnson.
Yeah,
I love that.
love Luke
that.
Clanton.
Good
I
answer.
love the kid. He's great.
What's it like rolling into CBS now? We've been quite complimentary of them over the last 5 years or so, especially since Seller Shai took over. You complimented him already of saying like I feel like they're the clear leaders in golf production at this point. How well oiled does their machine feel? And like, what's it like working alongside Jim Nantz?
It's incredible. And they from the moment I signed with them, I feel like I'm completely a part of the team. We've got a text chain with all of us, and it's daily. People are throwing stuff out there, team dinners, and having the same crew every single week. Like that's the advantage with Golf Channel. I worked with everybody, but it was 5 or 6 different people every week. And when you have the symmetry of the same announce crew and everybody knows everybody's timing, it's like listening to it in my ears when I'm out there. I'm just blown away by how clean they are.
You can feel it, man, when you're watching the broadcast. Even like
we are,
you can you can feel it when it's people teeing each other up in the right way and passing the ball in the right way. Like I know that's a soft thing that most golf fans maybe don't care about, but you can feel a marked difference, especially from 8 years ago, 9 years ago. It's great. It's
that we have a dinner and a meeting tonight. Like we just Sellers pushes team, pushes investing, spending time together, and it comes out on air, and it's such an honor.
Any par 3 team building nearby?
I haven't gotten the call yet. I'm hoping so bad. I want to. I think it's going to happen.
You could roll that into the broadcast.
Yeah, you can recreate the shot that I hit off his roof last year if you want.
I'm sure I've got an opportunity to do that. My wedge game. Ooh, talk about flinch and impact.
Should we do a little big board with Johnson?
Sure.
Is that okay?
All
Can
right.
we move? Are you familiar with the Beluga's big board? Is that part of your index, your prep for the week?
You're ranking the field from one.
I'm trying to predict where everyone will finish from 80 to 1.
Okay.
And so it's a proprietary model.
And you finished with Joe Highsmith as I walked in?
Yeah, Joe Highsmith came in at 51.
Okay.
So we're picking it up at number 50. I have Steven Yeager.
I'm concerned. I'm calling out a potential Shane Lowry situation. That means last year I called out Shane Lowry. I said he wasn't going to play well. He's not a mutter, and then he finished second, and so that stunk.
Famously, Open champions not great mutters.
Yeah, I thought that was an overplayed narrative, and I was wrong.
Well,
hand up.
But you put your hand up.
But I did. You know,
that into the models.
That's going to happen.
We haven't heard Shane Lowry's name yet.
That's right. They're self-improving. 49. Soldier Boy, Kevin Yu.
Sure.
So crank it. Bad form right now, but the Soldier Boy drives it and putts it pretty well. And I think he's kind of a perfect fit to live in this peloton for the week. Kind of this mid pack here. 48. Ryan Fox. Sorry, TC. I know
2-time winner last year.
Yeah, I just
talking about hitting different shots.
Too steep on wet surfaces.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Thank you. See, a lot of the guys
out.
he was calling out earlier, like the Beluga's piped into his model too.
Scraping his model.
Yeah. I'm scraping everybody's models. Just put a big stew together, put it all together. 47. JT Poston. Guess what? His data golf ranking is 47. I feel like he is the pace car. He's played pretty average this year, but you know,
Mr. Mendoza.
Yeah, the Mendoza line right there. Love JT Poston, but yeah, I think 47 is a good fit. Now, 46. This is where the Beluga made a mistake. This is the Doug Gim Award nominee, Jonathan Vegas. I feel like I need to move Mr. Vegas down. 207 in data golf right now, 3 straight missed cuts, -5 strokes gained at the Farmers. He's just not hitting the ball well, guys.
Yeah.
And I was kind of looking up how he got into the field of the signature events because
Winner
he won
last year.
No, he won in 2024. So he must have.
Yeah.
So
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. So I guess he was still in the top 70. But I'm looking at the stats. I'm like, man, he's like way down in a ton of stuff. But
would have to be top 50. Yeah, I don't know. It might have been a swing.
But you're
Top
putting him at
50, but they put him
46. Yeah,
It might have been a FedEx to
that one
fall,
slipped through the
maybe?
cracks there. That was not. He should be down in the 70s.
Yeah.
They fill the field a little deeper for this one just because of the amateurs. So I think the top 60 from last year are guaranteed, and then they go down the list that way.
Well, anyway, I feel like Jonathan Vegas should, there's a few guys I'd like to put up above him,
Sure.
but the model locked last night, and so that just slipped through the cracks.
Sometimes that's the way it goes. Art's never completed. It's just
right.
abandoned.
That's right.
You know?
45. Alex Smalley. He was the latest addition to the big board. I had 79 guys. I was missing a guy. Last year I forgot a guy.
Just slotted right in the middle.
So I just put him right in the middle. I said, let's just throw him right in there.
Gives you a lot of confidence.
44. Sepp Straka. Changed putters this week. Don't love that. So we'll leave that there. 43. Nick Taylor. Best finished here's T20. Played decent at Sony.
Nick Taylor won here.
Recently. Sorry. That was not in the models. But 43. Do you disagree
Models
with
only
that?
go back to 2021.
Yeah. I had some storage issues. I had to delete some old
models
some old data.
Live.
That's right. He did win here. Damn it.
We talked about that on the show.
That's right.
Already.
All right. Anyway,
That was just Mav. You were out there.
42.
I don't know why you don't like Sepp either. Like I know he changed putter, but like Sepp's really good, and
This is not a comment on whether you like a guy or not. It's a prediction on how you think they're gonna finish. Like not everybody can finish top 20.
Am I off base there, Johnson?
No, and a lot of people switch putters on the West Coast. Poena greens totally they mess with your mind.
Sure. You can say it.
No, I'm not going to say it. I'm a network
professional.
guy now. I'm a network guy.
Represent the shield.
A lot of guys switch putters, and I think it's a good thing too. Get a little loft, get it on top of the running a little better. It's not the weirdest.
Well,
thing.
listen, it's always hard to go through the big board when you get a pro in the room. We might have to.
This is helpful.
Collaborate.
We're stress testing.
Yeah, we're stress testing. 42. Big Bob McIntyre. TC saw Big Bob in the parking lot last night. He was lugging a big bin on his own. Didn't have a team around him.
Like a British trash can.
Just like a bin of stuff, and I just didn't really like that. I just thought you shouldn't be doing that.
You would rather want his manager.
Yeah, I think Bob's reached the point in his career where he shouldn't be lugging bins of stuff around.
Yeah.
And
how does that dovetail with your past comment that that lefties quote play well here?
They offsetting penalties.
So he just winds up right in the middle.
This feels like Scottish weather a little bit.
And that's why he's at 42. He's right in the middle of the pack.
But does he like? I thought he doesn't like Scottish weather.
No, he moved back because he missed it so much.
Oh, interesting.
41. I got Cantlay. A lot of people like him out here.
A lot of people like.
I know, but cold weather, the back, he's got to get warmed up. He hasn't been playing that game. He's kind of been just like Ralph Ellison, Invisible Man, the past 6 months.
Too many business
6 months. I mean, I think it's more like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm signing me up for that.
Since he took getting on the PGA Tour policy board and taking it over. Like he hasn't won. He really hasn't contended that much. I don't know.
Too many business leaders here milling about for
so
him
like
to play
41,
well,
he would, that would be a disappointing finish for him. But a guy with that kind of brand name, it's always hard for me to be like, oh, he's going to be in the 60s.
Too big to fail.
Yeah, a little bit. Too big to fail. He's going to call in his friends from Apollo. Okay, we got 40.
The tool man, is that what y'all call
Yeah.
it?
The hammer.
DeWalt?
Yeah, DeWalt, tool man.
Well, he likes the Cantlay pick.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like you like that.
Absolutely.
You're not buying Cantlay stock this
No,
week.
not at all.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with much you're saying.
This one
Other
is-
than the Nick Taylor, we forgot that he won here. That's tough. That's tough, but that's gonna happen.
This
you know?
one's tough.
I just think you're being unfairly,
I know.
negative or pessimistic on Sepp.
Fair enough.
I think Sepp's a dude.
We're
Sepp's a dog.
I agree.
Especially for
I'm a big
iron
fan of
play
Sepp.
kind
And
of course.
he's one of those big guys you think hits it a long way, but he really doesn't, which should play well out here. So that could be a potential Lowry situation.
We just got to run the play. Let's just see what
But
happens.
again, the board's locked. I can't do anything about it. All right, 40. Matt Fitzpatrick. He's playing good golf. He's had a great 12 months, but for me, he's hot and cold a little bit. I don't like him out here this week. That's a gut
So I'm
feeling.
gonna put him behind Patrick Rogers, Marco Penge.
Yeah, Marco Penge has been playing great.
Well, listen, I mean, some guy, Patrick Rogers has the Stanford thing, right? Didn't he go to Stanford?
Notoriously.
Yeah.
Big time winner at Stanford.
That's right. So there's a home game model there. He's
Yeah.
at 39. I got JJ Spawn. He's had some poor form basically since the Ryder Cup. I don't think we're respawning this week, so he's at 38.
Sure.
Marco Penge, no notes. She's at 37.
It's kind of like when
He's
you
about
put
to have a kid. He may have to go home. Like he just moved to Florida. He's a rookie on the PGA Tour. He's missed his first 2 cuts. Like Marco Penge is an incredible player and will have success. But he's
Brand
got a
new
lot.
clubs in the bag.
I know.
too.
Switching to PXG, like he's got a lot going on in the brain.
Can I be honest with you with Penge? I had my second son was born 3 months ago, so I was on paternity leave. Kind of a crazy December, January. Penge, I'm like, I don't know anything about this guy.
It's
I don't
kind
even
of
have any
like
notes.
when you're building your list of favorite bands. It's like, well, I got to put one in there
That's right. I kind of had an open spot. I was like, I'll slide
let me
him
snag
in
one
right
in here.
Yeah.
He
He could have been playing well.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
Did he
familiar.
win 3 times last year on the DP World Tour? I think he won 3 times.
And they were all in a pretty tight window towards the back
Like
end of the
he
year.
probably should have been on the Ryder Cup team. Like he's a baller.
He's a baller, but you guys don't like him this week.
No, I'm gonna
There's
win.
a lot of variables going on.
So potential Doug Gim.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
The Doug Gim Award is I 2 years ago I had Doug Gim like in the top 5 and he finished second to last. So it's like the honorary award of like
again, Johnson, Doug Gim.
Yeah. Well, that would have been. I mean,
but
imagine
Doug
though,
Gim
would have
came
been
in
an
form.
all-time-
He was playing well.
Yeah, he was.
You got to make a call sometimes,
Yeah.
or else no one's going to enjoy the board. This is an entertainment product. Wyndham Clark, 36.
Finau should
I mean,
swing harder.
past winner, kind of a bootleg win, 3 rounds. Like they called it on the last day, but course record holder. So, you got to, I can't put
You
him
gotta
too
hedge
far.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
hedge.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I got him right here at 36. 35, Cam Young continues to putt it really, really, really well. But T41, T22 coming in, I don't feel like he's making too much noise. We talked about distance not being a huge factor out here.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it not going well. I don't hate that. I love Cam Young, but I could see that getting a little squirrely.
34, Harris English. Also, don't
Mhm.
feel like Harris has been playing all that well, though. I don't think he's flushing it. TC, any reports from Sea
AG's
Island?
floor is so high though.
That's true.
So 34 feels
He
like a
kinda
good
just has
spot.
the look, right? Great sweaters, and I think he's going to look good out on Pebble Beach too. Kind of a Keith Mitchell type of situation.
A guy
Class
I
iron
I was
player.
struggling with, Michael Kim. I have him at 33. He's our neighbor. He's staying next door to where we're staying. So able to get some intel, kind of just see when he's
Across
coming,
the fence.
when he's coming and going. It's like, oh, okay, he's
It's
getting
like
out there.
Wilson from
Looks like
Home
he's
got a
putting in
good-
the work.
He's got a good routine going.
Yeah.
Played
Uh,
at Cal, so that's close.
That's close.
true.
Hits a draw. One of the few guys that still wants to hit a draw on tour. Don't know if that is good or bad out
Some
here.
holes.
Just gonna call that out.
Good for some
Good-
holes.
Yeah, maybe
Donuts.
it's Spyglass, maybe not. I don't know.
Good at
Just good
Spyglass.
intel. You take that and do
Yeah.
whatever you want with it. He's played well though to start the year off. Michael Kim has, so he could rise up the board here. Let me do. Where are we? We're at 33. Let's do 3 more. Corey Connors, TC. He's always he's another Mendoza line
High
guy.
floor, yeah.
Just I feel like don't have much to say there.
Small greens, good iron
Um,
player.
Mr. Hitsatsune.
Well,
The weekend.
he's in the Fedora 5, right?
He is in the first guy in the Fedora 5 to show up. I have him at 31, TC. I felt bad doing this, but I feel like he's going to cool off at some point. But he's got great approach. He hits it close.
Playing with Ed Hurley. At
That's
some
a
point,
good. That's a good pull
at
by
some-
you off the top
At
of the
some
head.
point, he's gonna. Yeah, I do my homework. I study.
TC handles the AM big board for me. I focus on the pros. He focuses on the AMs.
You gotta wonder. There's moisture in the air. Does he need the the caddy giving him the water bottle. Also, what happens with the sunglasses? Are you a sunglasses on the course guy, Johnson?
No, I'm not. I can't. The depth perception is just never good. You gotta have light. If you're a sunglass guy, though, you gotta have a light pair for the cloudy days.
And we'll stop it at 30. I've got Garrick Higo here at number 30. Don't have much to say here. He feels like he pops up every now and then, but
great look.
Great.
Maybe kind of more of a SoCal look than a Central Cal look.
Played great in the fall. Hadn't really done a whole lot.
Yeah.
Starting the year, maybe cooled off a bit after that. I mean, he was Mr. Fall there.
Yeah. This is great. This is great stuff. I can't wait to see who's in the top 30.
Yeah.
Johnson.
Maybe you could use some of this intel, like if you're out there following a group, like you got to remember he was high in the big board. But
Garrick Higo, as we steps into 12, remember he was number 30 on the Beluga's big board.
I'm just trying to help you out, Johnson.
I'm making mental notes here. You've taught me a lot today.
Yeah, Fedora 5. It's a proprietary model. Just looking at who the hottest players in the world are right now.
Right now,
At this
could have even
exact
changed
moment.
since the last list, right?
Does anybody have the list handy?
But
your
just
list.
to explain it, so the PGA Tour website, when someone's hot on the course, making a lot of birdies, they get the fire emoji.
Yes.
And I was saying that we should have a fedora emoji for TC. Could just say this is the hottest player in the world.
Notoriously wears a lot of fedoras when he's back home.
So current Fedora 5. There's actually 6 guys in it. There was a tie for 5th between Ryan Gerard, who's been one of the hottest players in the world for the last 18 months.
Yep.
Number 2 in the FedEx Cup right now.
Yeah.
He had 3 straight seconds. Where
Mauritius,
and then Sony and
Callum. He's tied with Callum Hill at the moment, who shanked it off the scoreboard.
But in a playoff.
Yeah, he was back-to-back weeks with Reed. Okay.
Yeah. Team Rose, number 4. I mean, what can we say? Like we're trying to find Team Rose. If you see him out there, we got an award for him. He won the TC Great Man of the Year.
I just saw Fooch walking out to the range. He's probably right up there
I'm sure Fooch would love you go throw that in the bag, carry that around the rest of the day.
Number 3, we got Siwoo Kim.
Yeah.
Number 2, we got Goddard.
Yep.
And number 1, the great man, Patrick Reed.
So Scotty Scheffler's not on.
He's not one of the
by his
hottest
standards.
players.
Not currently.
Yeah, not currently.
Hottest players.
So he's played twice this year. He went 1st and 3rd.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not.
he's coming off that 3rd place finish.
At his level,
But
I would say
The one rule with the Fedora 5 is you're not allowed to ask questions about it.
Okay.
So that I trust me, I've
done.
I
And
had to
would
bite
say-
my tongue on that one as
listen,
well.
He's on. The,
I think Scotty's playing good.
Thank you for the heads up.
he's on the practice squad. He's on the watch list. He's coming to the practice sessions.
He has a key fob to get in.
I think it takes more than 17 straight top 10s to get
Exactly.
in.
I think Oliver Lindell is probably next man up, and then Scotty. Yeah.
Yeah, I think limiting it to the 5 to 6 is impressive in itself. But Johnson, we can let you get out of here, man. I appreciate you hopping in. Great to see you as always. Congrats again, sincerely, man. It's awesome having you. Whenever you're on the TV, it makes my day better. I love it. I love it.
I love you guys. I listen to you pretty much every week. I don't necessarily agree with this guy very much, but it's nice to finally sit and chat with you in person because
Fine community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congrats to your Hokies on
James Franklin.
We're
gonna be good again. Maybe. I think so. I mean, we got 15.
It's a step in the right direction.
15 Penn State recruits
Yeah.
moving over. He's killing the portal. Like we're gonna be good. Yeah. Thank you
love
guys.
it. Well,
hey, good to see you.
Cheers. Good to see you guys.
Enjoy the week, man.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys.
What do we got? We got 30 more to get through. Should we
Top 30.
tick off a couple more as we let Solly kind of filter back in here?
We can.
eventually?
I'm happy to. You guys tell me. I don't. If we're right, this is one here that that 29. Are you ready for it, Cody? I can wait if you want.
I do have another question. If you'd rather wait until Solly gets
please.
back. We talked about it a lot on the podcast on Sunday, which you were not on, about the players' 5th major conversation.
Sure.
Do you have actually, let me even clarify. I don't know if we're talking about 5th major or if they're just kind of coming for the 4th major. We didn't really touch on that.
I think they're
but
coming for the 4th major.
I think they are as well. But your thoughts on this, just kind of generally, as the PGA Tour has released their March is going to be major.
The majors might just be a proprietary model of
kind
of like the Fedora 5.
Well, I think it's so annoying to me because they're just trying to the word major captures the casual fan. And so it's like, a casual golf fan would be like, it's the majors are what matter. And so they're trying to get the PGA Tour's premier event into that category, but it just messes up the historical record. One of the good things, you guys are big baseball fans. I feel like in golf, one of the best things is that you can kind of compare these records across eras. And so if we just lob in a fifth major, it's just going to kind of muddy the waters. I mean, how am I going to predict, over-unders if all of a sudden there's a fifth major? It's going to mess up my model.
Or maybe you were building that in. Yeah.
Well, for Nelly, I knew that I had 5 majors, right? But on the PGA Tour, it's just, I don't know.
Maybe I was counting that with my Colin Morikawa stuff. I knew I was going to get a fifth major.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I feel like a question we were asking each other last year was, whose career would you rather have, Adam Scott or Justin Rose? Justin Rose pushed hard into the better 10 years from now, when you look back, who's going to be the better player when you lay those careers side by side?
Adam Scott also doesn't have one of these.
Right. And you look, technically, no one has one of those. That's the first one ever.
I feel like we started going through like one major each. Would you rather have a Masters, US Open? But then you start thinking, okay, well, Adam Scott has that players win, and that for an avid golf fan, how important the players is. Like it does have juice already, even if it's not declared a major. And so I do not want it to be the fifth major is what I'm getting at. I'm not buying into that conversation. I think it's a lazy marketing ploy. That's what I think.
That was kind of where I settled on the pod too, is like, I think both things are true, is that I completely understand why you would run that ad, and I hate everything about this conversation.
Yes.
Is kind of how I feel. And I don't know where that leaves us, where I'm just like, kind of you got to hand it to him.
I hate that I have to opine on this.
If I was a billionaire who invested in through SSG to try to prop up the PGA Tour, what I would say is like, man, it'd be great if we could get one of those majors. Can we work on that?
Yeah.
Like, I understand why they're doing it. As a golf fan, I'm just like, please stop. This is not helping anything, I don't think.
And truly, I believe there's such a difference even in the conversation in the the 2016 Players Championship. If you were like, this is a major, I'd be like, I'm ready to have that combo. Like Ken Duke shooting 65, like Sergio complaining about the greens getting out of control, 4-putting, like the super slick, fast Bermuda, very serious penal rough, like really actual shot value that works backwards from the green backwards, and some variables. And like, we can't have ball in hand when there's been no rain and call it a major championship. Like it does not work with the overseed and the humidity. Like truly elevate TPC Sawgrass to its best form. Like everything about Augusta National, that golf course peaks for the major championship. And for the PGA Tour at the Players, everything peaks to be as green as possible on television in March. And that is not the same as other major championship tests. I agree. Rory had some comments this week about the Players as a better identity than the PGA Championship. I agree with that. PGA Championship is slipping. It has not been a positive thing to have that in May, and it's not been a positive trend on the golf courses they've gone to and how they've set that up to identify major champions.
You're on notice.
There's some vulnerability there. I get it. I don't see the Players passing that with the Players currently in March.
Let me ask you this, because I was thinking about how to have this conversation, or like how it's valuable. I feel like we always look at our podcast as like, we try to be kind of the voice of the fans. Do the fans benefit if the Players becomes a major?
No,
I don't think so.
I think it diminishes it confuses the fans and turns it into just a mess of a conversation.
I totally agree, which is where I'm kind of like, I think that's the end of the conversation. I think you can point to like, well, though technically the way these tournaments became majors was because of the riders.
Yeah,
and
because
like,
of the sports riders just declared.
And it's like, yes, that is true, but like, man, that we're past that. I think we've reached critical mass on like, it kind of is what it is at this point. And yeah, it if anything, it weirdly, I don't know. I don't know if it will end up having the reverse intended effect, where it almost pushes the PGA Championship to be like, we do need to get our shit together and even create more distance between the Players and the PGA. Because I think Rory's comments are right. The other thing he was saying, like, not only does the Players have an identity, but it's got more of an identity than the PGA, like you said. And I think, if anything, the PGA is probably going to take that to heart, hopefully, and like, especially with new leadership.
But then what, you move it back,
understand clearly what the problem is.
The FedEx Cup Forum.
Well, I think everything's.
But I agree with him. Glory's last chance, like the PGA at the end of the major season.
Glory's last shot.
Glory's last, sure.
Glory's last hole.
Identity.
Glory's last hole, sure. It has an identity there of just like a total free for all of like, all right, this is the last chance. Like, it's just like a fun end of the year event versus it kind of got squeezed in now in May.
Yeah.
I would argue that we're closer to having 3 majors than we are to having 5 majors.
Totally. And I guess that's my point, is like, it seems like there's going to have to be some separation between those two. And I just think there's a fundamental I don't know. But then I don't know who has to rule. Like, I don't know how this changes. It's
I think
kind of
we do.
The point, right? And that's where I'm like, well, let's talk to the golf fans. Does anybody care about this? Like, not really. I don't know how you wake up in a day where you're just like, oh, everybody's on the same page now. There's either 5 majors or there's 4, and this one's out, and like it's so messy.
There's not an overarching body that rules.
Right.
It's like each body has their own major championship and how that works.
And having lived through the last 5 years, no pun intended, of fractured, confusing, weird golf, I'm like, how about some clarity? Sounds better for the next 10 years rather than just like more muddiness.
I can make it super easy. Without Rahm, without Bryson, you cannot have a major championship. Like, not even close.
Well, Liv put something out this week that said
you got to fill out the right paperwork.
We filled out the paperwork to propose Liv Adelaide, specifically the watering hole as a major.
Since we're doing that now, they're so bad at this. Just like so over-engineered prods at the PGA Tour. Even if they left themselves vulnerable on that one, they're just not very good at executing that one. But Jamie Kennedy did have a tweet. I'm not sure if we can pull that up. Of he said, "What if the Players was a major? How would it impact things?" And he says a list of notable names and how many majors they would then have if it became a major. Jack Nicklaus would go to 21 because he won the Players 3 times. Tiger won it twice. That would put him at 17. That would put Rory up at 7. That would put Phil at 7 as well. That would put Scotty at 6. Raymond Floyd would get a bump up 1. Craig Norman would get a bump. I'm sure that goes into consideration as well. Davis Love becomes a 3-time major champion. Steve Elkington becomes a 3-time major champion as well. He has ruled on this as well. He said, I won it twice. It's not a major. Let's move on. Phil said it's not a major. Let's move on. I think that's kind of pretty much the general
think about retroactively being like
why
counting the players
selfishly,
going back in time.
I don't want to do this while we're doing this job. If
For
in
sure.
30 years they want to make it a major, fine. But it makes our job that much harder.
When it penalizes
contextualize
all the guys way back in the day too.
Totally.
Pre players.
Yeah, I'm sure there is history to draw on here when they, USAM to the Masters.
Yeah,
like
it changes. I get that.
I get it, but it's like, man, we've got a long streak now where I don't think we can really rock the boat.
We've been living in this world for like 65 years or so.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly when it is, but like let's just stay in that one.
Let's get an international major,
totally.
If we're adding a major, it doesn't. I do think it has to be. It would have to include potential for Australia. It would have to include possibility to go around the world. And
TC wants to elevate the national opens.
I do want to elevate. I think that the Open Championship, nobody ever said it has to be.
TC does have his Sevi Open sweater on today.
Nobody said it has to be. Like if they go to Port Marnock. That's
outside of the UK.
That's not in the UK. They could go to Royal Melbourne. That would be
Commonwealth.
That'd be Commonwealth. It's a royal course bestowed by.
Put it Royal Montreal.
I mean, it's the Open.
Royal Greens.
Change the date. You can't go down to Royal Melbourne in the middle of the winter.
Just saying.
Everything's on the table. Is the point.
Yes.
Yeah. Liv doesn't even go to Royal Greens anymore. Do they go to
There's an opening.
No, Riyadh Golf Club.
King Abdullah Economic City was once the center of the golf world.
Let's keep going down the board. What do we got? I feel like we got a few left.
We're at 29.
Play hard.
Coming in at 29, Rico Hoey. Good approach play from Rico. I could see Uncle Rico flashing this week. I feel like 29 is a good spot. He's been playing pretty well.
Sure. Poa, maybe nobody putts well.
Sure.
28,
Keith Mitchell. I feel like I should have put Keith higher. He drives the ball great. I feel like he likes his tournament. He likes networking out here. We saw him.
What if he likes it too much?
Yeah, we saw him in the restaurant last night. He said he was quote ashamed to be seeing TC down in the beach,
the bench
down
and not in the tap room. We both wanted to be in the tap room, but they were full.
He's like, TC, we should be up in the tap room, man. This is below us down here.
Adversity.
Yeah. But he seemed to be in good spirits. I have him at 28th. I could see him. He's had a good start to the year. I feel like Keith always plays pretty well on the West Coast, or at least the last couple of years. He feels like he gets off to a hot start and then he fades the rest of the season.
That might be true and not. I don't have that in front of me, so I'll go with you.
That's what my models have told me. 27, Hideki Matsuyama. I'm worried he's going to be reeling from last Sunday. He could also be the kind of guy that's like, oh no, I'm just hitting it really good, and he might go out and win this week. So this one I'm concerned about.
Okay. He has a 1
getting-
year, right?
No, but Hideki just kind of.
Good luck trying to predict.
I know he just shows up and he
It's
could
ridiculous.
just totally nuke my my board here. I'm really worried about this one. 26 Fedora 5 member Ryan Gerard coming in at 26. TC, I don't have a ton of.
I don't love it. I don't love it.
You want to see higher?
No, I want to see lower.
Oh, you feel you're fading him.
This week.
Okay.
I think he's more of a dry course kind of player, and he's got a little bomb and gouginess to him.
All right. Well, then I feel good about
big of you.
having him outside the top 20. That feels fair.
Can I say, like, Ryan Gerard last season had, since I think April onward, had 2 weeks where he was not negative strokes gained putting. 2 out of like 20. Like, truly, if you look at that data golf page, it was really bad. Last 3 starts on the P, his more in the last 3 starts, all positive. Like, I don't know the specifics of what has changed on his putting. Like, a lot of people have said, if that guy figures out putting, he's going to be one of the best players in the world. He has figured out putting. I don't know how long it's going to last. If it's a true staying power, he might just have like a honeymoon period going with a new putter or something. But
sure,
him being like, he becomes a very legitimate player when he's making putts, when he's above average, just being an average putter. And that guy's going to be one of the top 25, 30 players in the world. Raised his floor.
Well, you nailed it. I have him at 26. So I think the models are spot on. Tom Hoagie at 25, a thoroughbred past champion here. I just saw him in the hall, and
You'd love to sell this one if you could.
I would like to
love to
him
find
down
a
the
buyer
list. I
for
said,
this
Tom,
one.
how's it going? He says, man, I'm just not hitting my irons really well. I'm like, well,
He always-
that's kind of what
he
you
always
do
says
well.
that, though, right?
Yeah, I know. But I didn't love our convo. I didn't love that. So you want to come into the live show? He's like, no, I got to get out there and work, but it's raining. So he just felt a little frazzled.
Neil, on the next one, you spelled Spieth wrong.
Did I?
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I before you, except after C.
Well, sorry. I was moving quickly. 24, Jordan Spieth. Really, really solid mid performance from Jordan this week. I think I nailed it last year. I think I put him right in this range, and I think he came in like T. You have to look it up, but it was like T in the T20 to T30 area.
What was your takeaway from kind of walking around with him?
I
his brain yesterday?
I would like to see what I love about Jordan is how cerebral and thoughtful and he's a beautiful mind. Jordan has a beautiful mind.
The record Spieth was T69 at this event last year.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll factor that in. I still feel good about T24 because he was explaining to us that he's hitting it better. He did that range talk thing with Dylan DeChair. I thought that was a fantastic video. He feels like his DNA and his swing is coming back. He's finding some templates of old swings. I feel like
Let's get moving through these last few. We got to move.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you guys were telling me to keep talking about Jordan. Totally misread that. Anyway,
No, the opposite.
23.
What else about Jordan? Great shirt yesterday.
Ballno or Andrew?
Ballno or Andrew? Missed the cut last week. T7. I like 23 here. I think that's stern but fair. Daniel Berger at 22, past winner. Not sure what to do.
High on Berger right now.
I know. I feel like I've been high on Berger for 12 months, but he's had a
Keep
T6
holding.
and a T16 in the last couple months. Jacob Bridgman, strong golf. I'm not ready to admit that, like, oh man, Jacob Bridgman's like really good.
We were talking about that yesterday when we were out of Spyglass. We're entering an era here where, I think that we all benefited from, like, when we were, first starting this, the young players were pretty electric young guys. Spieth, JT, Colin, people like that. And it is, like you said, Jacob Bridgman's reaching critical mass. Ryan Gerard is reaching critical mass. Like, these are kind of the dudes, man. And it takes some adjustment.
Rico
Hoey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
names that I'm like,
totally.
that's a mule, and I'm like, well, maybe he's not, man.
And a kind of a unit. I thought he was one of the Hoy guards.
We played with him at the RSM this year. He's freaking good, and he's got no holes in his game. It's just like smooth sailing.
So I have him at 21. I think
Love
consider
that.
that me showing some Jacob
Love
Bridgman respect. I've got Akshay at 20, and we'll cut it off there. So as we know, lefties are a threat at Pebble.
Yeah.
We know.
Well, now
that.
they are again.
Yeah,
20 minutes ago they
because
weren't.
of Akshay.
How are you guys feeling? So Sully, you're going to be playing this week with Mav McNeely, which we mentioned earlier. Neil, you're going to be caddying at Pebble. You guys are at
Yes.
Pebble tomorrow, right?
Off of 10.
Pebble
Off
on
of
10,
10.
9, 11.
Don't go to 1. Go to 10.
Go to 10.
So you're going to be caddying on Thursday. TC is going to be caddying at Spyglass on Friday, which looks Spyglass is hard walking around there. We can talk about that. But how are the three of you guys kind of feeling going into this?
I was getting some tips from Greller out there in the hallway. He said he really put you through the
He did.
meat grinder.
Yeah, he did.
We got a great video of you guys kind of chopping it up. We can put on social today of really.
But I'll probably go with, Solly's got a pretty good handle on his game. I'll probably go with the shut up and keep up mentality. Maybe talk to Scout a little bit. Be like, hey man, you just tell me if I'm in the way. I will get out of the way. TC, you got to watch the flag stick. Can't be touching the ground.
They changed that rule.
They changed the rule for TC.
You can't do that.
Yeah. Super quick. I mean, if people don't know that story, that's kind of an old time.
So I was caddying for Zach Blair in the Nashville Corn Ferry Tour event at Nashville Golf Links of America, and I just forgot the rule.
You were reading a putt.
Reading a putt, and I pointed down, and I wasn't trying to hit the ground, but I did. And
ZB called it. He's a man of integrity.
You lost 2-stroke Tron for a while.
Yeah.
2-shot Tron.
He docked my pay, the whole thing.
But the USGA, the RDA came together. They said, if this could get Tron, it can get others. We need to change this. We need to change this rule.
They made a change.
Yeah, exactly. How do you feel about the rules?
I feel actually pretty good about the rules, but I'm not scared to ask.
Are you confident or are you right?
I am. Let me put it this way: I am confident, but I'm never scared, even when I'm playing in a tournament, to double check. I would never be like I know. Like, I'm not going to override somebody. I'd be like, if I disagreed with somebody, I'd call in let's get a third opinion on this, right? Let's make sure we do this properly. So I feel like I have a good handle on where there could be man, I actually don't know what to do with this, but
that hit me in a big way, caddying in the LPGA Pro-Am last week, 2 weeks ago for our guy Tim Simons, where you get to just the simplest thing and it's like, oh God, wait, do I know the rules? This is unbelievable.
Yeah. I would say, Solly, the key for us is understanding the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody really cares if we have a rules issue, so I don't think. I don't think we should be super worried about it. Rickie, what's up?
I think we got somebody that knows the rules a little bit better than we probably
do.
But Rickie Fowler, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. What's on the schedule for today, and has the weather changed any of that schedule?
I started kind of looking at that last night. Didn't really have a plan. Thought maybe I'll work out kind of mid-morning. So we've accomplished that, and was kind of just playing it by ear. I'm not sure. I'm going to definitely hit a few balls. Where that goes, if that's just some range time and maybe some practice, or maybe go on course. I don't know. I'm kind of just seeing where it takes me.
Mental reps.
I like it.
Yeah.
What's your week to week like these days? I feel like I used to see you all the time when I worked for the PGA Tour. Very different phase of your life. Your dad life now. I mean, what's it like traveling week to week? How have things changed for you in your career?
I call it's a traveling circus. All of what we do out here is definitely a traveling circus, but I have my own little circus.
What's the circus look like? Paint me a picture here.
Well, we used to, be able to, we're very fortunate with being with NetJets and being able to fly private. That makes this doable.
We were talking about that walking out yesterday. We're like, can you imagine how hard it used to be to play pro golf?
Yeah.
Traveling around, like, oh my God, it's still very hard.
Yeah, but it allows us to, travel as a family. I think what the misconception, I think a lot of people think that, we have these jet sponsorships and that we get, to fly for free. That is definitely not the case. That is our biggest.
Gotta make some birdies.
Sure, yeah. But it also allows for us to do the things more efficiently, be together, more time at home when we're able to get back or get to other events easier and quicker. So yeah, we a lot of times we'll have a nanny with us. We have the two girls, mine is 4, Nellie's 1.5, my wife, myself. Yeah, there's not really splitting flights anymore. We kind of, unless we get, upgrade or we look at trying to, maybe bring someone on that's by themselves, we can split, but we fill it up. So that's kind of the, figuring out, we know what fits. We've got our basics. Most of the time we're renting a house. We'll have, sometimes have a chef with us we're just trying to make it as easy as possible. We spend, at least 25 weeks a year on the road. I usually play about 25 weeks. And then sometimes there's other stuff on top of that, which I would say people look at it like, 25 is not bad. That's only, roughly half the year, but it's like, it's not half and then have half off. It's, 2 or 3 weeks on, maybe 1 week off. So there's a lot of back and forth. So it can be a little hectic, but we're used to it.
How would you describe the role golf in your career has now with a mix of family life? I always think it's interesting to watch kind of the young players golf is your life revolves around golf, and you get married, you have kids. There's a different balance and equation. You just described how that has changed a lot of your travel habits, but how would you describe where golf sits in your life compared to maybe a decade ago?
I mean, it's still a type of priority. But for me, I'm very fortunate. Like if golf and all of that were to go away today, like me and my family, we're good. I've played well enough where, I'm out here because I want to be out here. I love to compete. I love the game. I'm a golf nerd. I'm an equipment nerd. I love the grind. I don't, like financially, I don't have to be out here, but this is what I love to do. So that's why it's still, like I said, a type of priority, but it's not a life or death. Like, for me, my wife, my girls, family, that's number one. So to be able to do that together, travel together for, at least about another year and a half before Maya starts kindergarten, and there's a little more regulation behind how much school you can miss. We'll take advantage of that. And so travel, having them out after, year and a half might go down. But like I said, we're out here because we want to be out here, love the grind. Golf was my first love. So it's always going to be there. But it's not the main priority.
I thought the dirt bikes were your first love.
It was a combo. Golf was always ahead of bicycles and dirt bikes, but, started, riding and playing golf was, 2.5. But yeah, golf kind of always edged it out, which people find at that age tough to believe. Not many kids would rather go hit balls versus ride a bike.
You got any sheds out back where you got a dirt bike under a blanket? Like any toys in the garage at home?
Nothing crazy.
No.
Lawnmower?
No. Used to, back in high school or middle school and high school, had a great riding lawnmower at home. Go out, cut the lawn, once, twice a week, and sometimes cut some little teeing areas or some greens, play some wiffle ball golf around the house. Like I said, golf nerd.
Love it.
But yeah, no, the bikes and stuff are two wheels with machines are in California. Rarely hop on that. I haven't been on a track in probably 10 years, but
that makes sense.
Take the girls for a ride when we're, at my parents' house sometimes.
I feel like I'm gravitating towards these like elder statesman questions here, which is funny, but we were just talking right before you came in about, we started doing this. It was like, oh, the young crop of guys is so fun. It's Rickie and JT and Spieth, and you kind of find yourself like with more gray in the beard now being like, oh wow, we're older, and like we kind of got to catch up on like, man, Jacob Bridgman's a really good player, and he's just kind of slipped under my nose here. Who else like out here now just impresses you that doesn't either get enough burn or is someone that you see on the range and are like, people have no idea how good that guy is?
I mean, you'd kind of just say everyone. Obviously, a lot of people think like, there's the key guys or the names and the guys that are top ranked in the world and stuff like that. But like everyone on tour is good. I mean, you guys know that. But you kind of learn as you go still. You see guys and you're like, dang, he's a good player. Everyone's earned, their spot, whether it's this week, last week, all these events, but it's not like, people are just given a chance. Yeah, there's some sponsor invites here and there, but like they earned that invite. Everyone on tour is a good player. And I think what's fun is looking at like, okay, what makes this guy good? Obviously distance is become a big thing that helps out here, but you look at someone like a Brian Campbell, like he's one of the shortest out here, but like what makes him so good? And that's what's fun to kind of pick apart. I spent a lot of time with Akshay last few years. He lives, down in Jupiter now, and he's been on tour for a few years, but I think a lot of people don't understand he's still very young. So I enjoy it. Like when I was first out, I used to spend a bunch of time with Bubba. He was, 10 years older than me. Being in a position now where I get to, hang with some of the younger guys, I still feel like a kid out here. with this being my 17th year, I'm not a kid anymore.
Dude, don't say that.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that. But yeah, this is year 17.
Woof. Your career will be able to.
All right. Well, 17 years. How do you feel about Pebble Beach as a start? How does it fit your game? How do you feel about this week?
It's a fun spot. So weather dependent though.
Yeah.
This can be the special, like most beautiful place in the world to get me out of here.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, but it's I love Pebble. I played Cypress yesterday. If I won, it's on the very short list. Die and hopefully go to heaven. If I'm living close enough and can play Cypress every day, like I'm good.
That's it.
So no, it's a great place up here. I've always loved Pebble. I've had times in my career where I haven't played it, and some of that schedule related, iffy weather. But it's when you get decent to good weather up here, it's amazing.
How would you came out on tour, you had immediate success. That was a sustained run of success for 6, 7, 8 years, however long you would describe that. You had your first kind of dip in play. You tell me on what timeline you think that kind of started to creep in. And what would you went back and diagnosed it? You've had a return to form, not quite to the full form we saw in the early part of your career, but obviously a return to form. How would you diagnose when things started to dip for you? What happened there, and how did you get your form back?
One thing I don't think that helped me was COVID. May have kind of been heading in a not great direction prior to that, but it seemed like COVID and that time off wasn't great for me. And not blaming anything. I mean, I think you look at stuff over the course of a career, you're going to have, down points. So yeah, you look at, kind of wouldn't necessarily say peak, but like good years, 14, 15, 16, won Phoenix in 19. And then kind of after that, you could say it went south a bit. There was some rough years getting back to where then I was in 23. It's just a grind out here, and some of it that can make or break someone. Sometimes you don't see guys, get out of that or come back. You might lose a card and never play the tour again. So looking back at it, it was an enjoyable time in a weird and twisted way. But to deal with that and be able to kind of persevere and keep pushing and keep trying to grind, like, how do we figure this out? How do we, one, I never felt like I was too far off. It's just out here on tour, it's such a fine line. It can make you look like you are a terrible golfer, but it's like, no, it's not that bad. I know I shot 78, but it wasn't that bad.
Bounces.
That could have been 75 really easily.
And no, it was like, had to keep looking at, like, it's not that far off, okay, missing cuts by 1 or 2 where I had some decent years where I would grind it out, make the cut by 1 or 2, and then have a good Saturday and or Sunday. And all of a sudden you have a backdoor, top 20, top 10. And that's where the fine line, what you can do when you just make the cut versus obviously you don't have a tee time and you can't really do anything with it. You see a lot of good finishes where guys, maybe make a couple birdies on Friday, make the cut on the number, or, sneak in by 1 or 2, make a run on the weekend. And the difference in I'm going home or sneaky top 10 this week.
Opportunistic question here, but the other thing we were talking about was the Players Major conversation. You're the winner of one of the most memorable players ever. Any thoughts on that chatter drumming back up the last couple of weeks?
I mean, for me, obviously, I wouldn't be against it.
We can't retroactively. That's our policy, though.
No, if it was
returning
retro
major
back
program.
to 15, that's great. No, I mean, I'm going and we've had the 4. It's the history, how things have been. So no, it's when you look at it personally, be like, yeah, that'd be great, because obviously we all know the players as the strongest or arguably one of the strongest fields we play. It's a great tournament. Very fortunate to have it on the resume. But we've had the 4 majors. There's way more history with those. So if you remove yourself, to me, like, the players kind of stands on its own. It's the players. People know what it is, and whether it's a major or not, it's the players.
I've got a macro golf question for you. Is there anything right now in 2026 that you do better than you've ever done before, like in your game?
I would say, well, at time I would say like the management.
Yeah, even that specifically. Like as you become a veteran, like what do you think is at
the peak?
Peak right now?
I'm definitely a better player than I've ever been. Partly with what I've been through. I would say maybe results and stuff may not show that. Obviously, when you're playing really well and you have good results, but I would say overall as a whole, I have a better understanding of my game and swing. And sometimes you can't execute, but
sure,
that's just part of it. But if you're not continuing to get better, and I think it's more like the knowledge and understanding of, whether it's personally on the mental side, physical side with swing and understanding the game, strengths and weaknesses, then you're not doing it right. Like I said, obviously you look back, you're going to see the times where I had my most success on course, but as a whole player, I feel I'm better now than I was then. It's just a different way of looking at it if you take kind of results out of it.
Yeah. Well, that's the question. Cause I remember Rory was talking about this. He feels like he has more shots in the toolbox than he did 10 years ago, even if those results were a lot better.
Well, Mav McNeely was the first person we talked to today. And he was talking about just the mind and the body kind of developing it in opposite directions. It's like, man, if I could port my brain into the 21-year-old version of myself, it'd be kind of game over. But yeah, it's just funny to see those peaks in your career where those two things match up, and when they're on different sides, how you manage it. But, yeah.
I'm curious how you would describe as a peer of his what we've seen out of Scotty Scheffler and the rise he's on, the play that he's had. Like how, we've long said his play has been the best since Tiger. He's not Tiger. We're not going to get there, I don't think. But as a peer of his, watching what he's done and that success level, did you think that was going to be possible with the depth of talent that's out here now, as far as everybody hits it, that somebody would be able to separate themselves the way he has against a lot of the field?
No, I mean, the simple question is no. But when you look at what he's done, obviously you go back to when all this started, having the success and kind of building that confidence and momentum. And then you look at where, whether it's, go through stats or ball striking and different things, obviously improve putting to get that closer to match the rest of his game. But I think one of the biggest things is his misses just aren't as big as other guys. Everyone can hit a great shot out here and hit it close. But he just doesn't miss it as far off or as wide as everyone else out here. And it's a game of misses. Everyone can, hit it, relatively far enough. But being able to do everything the most consistent and have the misses not be as big as others, it sounds a lot more simple than it is. But when you look back, he's not missing by much when he is. And I think if you still went to him and asked, like, how many perfect shots did you hit, today or in this round, perfect shots still don't happen that often. There's still very few. It's how you manage, how your misses are and where those are at and where you can go from there.
It's interesting if you pull up his approach play, like on Data Golf, you can see like his poor shot avoidance from like 150 to 200 is like 96th percentile. But to your point, his good shot percentage is only 88th percentile. I say only in that like he's 99th percentile. He gains the most shots that from that range than anyone, but he's not hitting the most good shots.
That fully supports what obviously he's plenty good enough on his good shots, but his misses are so much better than everyone else. So like I said, he's still hitting. He has the capability of hitting a perfect shot. Everyone out here does.
You're on the record.
Hey, you do too.
It's possible. It's possible. But yeah, how good are your misses? And I think that's where he's done a very good job of managing and kind of keeping that, window very small.
God, that's so personally for my golf, that's so demoralizing. You just have to do it over such a long period of time. Like in 4-round tournament, the consistency you need to like raise the floor. The more I'm around you pros, the more I'm impressed by that. Just the ability to stay mentally locked in, because it is about the misses. It's like you just can't hit the squirrely one, man. Can't do it.
No.
What have you made any equipment tweaks recently? Like, did you switch to a mallet? Is that right? Putter wise?
Yeah, I went back to Scotty, like just off center shafted Golo. That kind of started going back to, kind of the only way I can go full back and really explain when I went to like the long jailbird. I was struggling kind of with rhythm and flow and right hand in the stroke, and things weren't matching up, and I wasn't hitting good putts or hitting line and proper speed, which you can figure out one variable, but when you have multiple, you're like, that's not a good thing in putting. And hit some putts with my caddy's putter. Rick he's been using that jailbird for a long time. For me, it felt like, okay, this quieted my hands and I was able to hit putts online. So, okay, if I can rely on that, I can move forward and use that for a bit. Also, and then wanted to get to a point where I wasn't where I didn't rely too much on that weight and length, because it's so different from the rest of what's in your bag. So that's when I kind of, started testing and messing with the lab stuff, because I felt like I was able to kind of meet in the middle with still keeping the hands quiet, but at a shorter and lighter putter. And then that transition through this past year, and I was at home and hitting putts with an old Bullseye. And I say old, it's pretty old. It's before it had Titleist on it, just as a cushion. And I felt really good with just having the shaft straight in. Like, how often do you go play like putt? I haven't gone and played in a long time, but like shaft straight in, like you just hit putts and react and they start online.
Right.
And so I was hitting putts with the Bullseye, and I was like, I feel like I remember having a, straight in, like kind of center shafted Golo in my inventory at home. So found it and started messing with it. I still, I'll hit putts with a lot of the putters that I have, what Scotty, Odyssey, Lab, Cobra. I have a decent collection. Sure. The one thing I found, they all work. You can go hit putts with your wedge. They all work. So at getting back to where I was able to have a good kind of rhythm and swing and load release with the right hand, that's kind of back where I'm at now. But that's the long story of
that makes
transition
sense.
from all of that back to where we are.
Back to this week. How, you, as many times as you've seen these golf courses over the year, how much prep work do you actually need on the golf course to understand, are you aware of changes made to courses? Do you have so much course knowledge and memory of all these places? Does it come right back to you when you step foot on Pebble Beach that I don't need to know, the carryover this bunker because I remember it?
Yeah. And you've been at this point 17 years. Back to that, haven't played this event every year, but we've had, US Open here. And then this event I've played enough to have seen the golf course in multiple, different winds and conditions, where, you could get around it and not look at your book. It's, obviously having the yardage book there to kind of make sure and just kind of clarify some things. Yeah, really don't need them on this golf course. There's others where it's nice to kind of double check some things, or things get a little tight in areas. But yeah, there's a chance, I might go play some holes today, but with how the golf course is going to change with the weather we've had, yesterday and today, it in a way didn't make sense to go do anything on Monday, because you're going to see something different than what you would, go see on Thursday. So you would say going to play a tournament blind. I've seen it plenty of times before to have, I know what I do on holes and what shots I'm trying to hit. Also the wind that we have right now, we're not going to see until Sunday. So sometimes not going out for practice round can be beneficial when you have that past knowledge.
This is an underrated part of why I think being a pro is hard. It's just like, you got to decide when you're like, there's just so much uncertainty on a week to week basis. Like, how are you going to get your practice in with rotating weather in and out? And like, we were hitting balls on the range yesterday. Wind was blowing 40 off the left and nobody else was hitting balls because like nobody else wanted to hit it in that wind. I find that stuff to be impressive how you guys deal with all that.
Yeah. Or like looking at the wind. Yeah. It'd be great to get prep for Sunday, but going out to play tomorrow. And if I'm stepping up on a tee where, the day before it was blowing a complete opposite direction. And right now it's pumping pretty good out there. all of a sudden you're like, well, yesterday I hit it here, but now I have to go over here and trust this. And sometimes you can put yourself in a weird situation. So yeah, it's trying to figure out, okay, what do I think is most beneficial for me?
Makes a lot of sense. We kept you longer than we said we would. Really appreciate you stopping by. Best of luck this week. And yeah, thanks for coming on, man. I don't think this has ever happened before. You've never been on. So we really appreciate you coming by.
Don't be a stranger.
I know. We'll be around. So
Good to see
appreciate
you.
it, Ricky.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Is it big board time? Are we ready to?
Yeah, we got to finish it out.
Get through the remainder here. Thank you to Mr. Fowler for coming by. I believe we have 20 players left on the Beluga's big board. Where was Ricky on the big board?
Well, I was thought you guys were going to tee me up. I mean, he was at 60.
Oh my
God! I thought
about that.
No, 56. Listen, as I said, I would have said to him, decent form, 2 straight top 20s, but not great results here at Pebble. Last couple years, T47, T53.
Can we bring him back in just to make that awkward? Actually, I wish I would have done that.
I mean, I'd tell him like that's just what the models are.
Listen,
that's
man,
what they're telling us.
You're merely a vessel for the models.
All right, so we got through Akshay, lefties. We know,
Yeah.
horses for courses out here. Number 19, Sam Burns, kind of the forgotten man. Feels like a little bit.
They don't call him Poana Burns.
I know.
They call him
It's
Bermuda Burns.
So obviously Sam's got a lot of talent, but I think 19, he's got a lot of pedigree. But I don't feel like he's gonna scare anybody this week.
Sure. Question for you on this page: are you afraid to spell Bhatia? Are you afraid to try to spell?
No, it's a
Oberg?
lot.
Okay.
There's some guys for me that are just one name guys.
I love that.
You
That's a
know, like
big,
it's
compliment.
from the twisted mind of the czar. You just kind of, it's as I'm going through the list, because the way I did this, I had the field list alphabetically, and then I'm kind of putting them in. So I'm to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I'm instead of redoing it,
Sure.
it's a complicated process, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. We got a lot of variables. So number 18, Benny Booms, Ben Griffin. I could regret not putting Benny Booms higher. It feels like I don't know. It's a little, bomb and gouge doesn't fit great out here.
Is he a bomb and gouger?
I mean, he looks like he gets hit with an airbag every time he hits driver.
He's just a good driver. I don't think he's bomb and gouge. Like,
shed impact. Guys using the ground. I have Ludwig at 17. I'm concerned about Ludwig, TC. Not great strokes gain numbers. Just seems like he's
concerned about him and having at 17. Like he's
because I think he's a predator. I mean,
so high.
Listen, he was second 2 years ago. In the Data Golf like course fit, he's like blaring red lights, like strokes gained off the charts here. But I would say I'm dropping him into 17, where he should be like one of the favorites based on the fit. How do you feel about that?
We'll see how the immune system is. He's got to bounce back
last year
after. Yeah, well, and he got sick a couple weeks ago too. He got I don't know if it was food poisoning or what, but he was
had to withdraw
was up
Amex
against it.
MC'd pretty hard at Farmers coming off the poor health from the week before. So is it a short term health thing and we're back or at
so I'm hedging a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair spot for Ludwig.
That's hot. That's investing. You're making a call there. I'm saying
top 20. I mean, I don't feel like that's like
good.
that's. I wouldn't say that's
No, I
breaking news though.
No, I think that's maybe too high is what's all.
Yeah, I know. But I feel like I feel good about
I like
that.
it. I feel good about it too.
16, Lucas Glover. Would love to would love to see a top 20. I won't do.
Sure.
Love the veteran here. He's played well here.
I'll tell
Last
you a
year,
lot
I
about his
think,
recent form.
I can tell you.
last year he played. I think he was top 20 here last year. A lot of experience. So 15, I've got Russ Henley. Love Russ.
See, the Beluga's got a chance to impact that one.
Yeah.
Don't get him.
Don't
get him.
I'm not going to
out
say
of
a
his
word
way.
to him.
Yeah.
We're playing with him tomorrow, but I feel like Russ is just such a true professional.
If this
He's
isn't
had
a
some-
course fit for Russ, I don't know what it is.
No, but it's like any course, like hard courses. He's like top 10, top 20, Bay Hill, and then it's like at Amex. It's like just a pro. It's like T10 at Amex. It's like Birdie Fest. I can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy is just all around course fit. Don't count him out.
Okay.
Bad news on that front. I did see him hitting balls in the range yesterday morning. Left, went, did something else, and came back to the range kind of in a searching fashion when the weather was.
She would have
tough.
shared that
What
with
if he
me
was-
yesterday.
What if he was hitting it so good that he was trying to groove something?
As someone who has been prone to return to ranges when it's, I almost never do it when it's going great.
All right, I've got Shane Lowry at 14. I want to acknowledge he's a proven mutter. He was T2 here last year. Stunted on me.
Almost
but,
won in what, Dubai?
Yeah, but then he was getting all tweaked out at the TGL stuff. So I don't know if his head's in the right spot. So I like him at 14. I got
he finished
Mav
third at the Dubai Invitational, tied for third in the Dubai Invitational, which was that's not the good one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Ras Al Khaimah.
It's a tournament.
It's a mini BDE.
Yeah.
I got Mav at 13. Seems like a happy place for him. Solid week last week. I mean, he's like you guys were just talking to him. Like he seems like his game has reached a new level and new level, new devil. Yeah. So we got a
new level, new devil.
Yeah, the new devil.
That's right. So and yeah, we're on the squad this week. So I wanted to put him higher, but I thought that would have just been pandering. So I actually manual override on the models. I dropped
kind
him
of a
down.
coach's son situation.
Yeah, I dropped him down in the 13th spot.
And what are we gonna do this week? What are we not gonna do while his ball's in the air?
We're not gonna early call.
We're not
gonna do that, which I've got a much better handle on that.
Okay.
We're just not gonna say a word. So don't get mad at me if I don't say anything to you.
Well, that Neil guy didn't talk the whole
Yeah, that guy just didn't say anything. Number 12, Tommy Fleetwood, season kickoff. Not a ton of experience. I think last year was the first time he played here at TC. So
really good iron player.
Should be a fit. Yeah.
Are you ready to predict how many PGA Tour wins? Are we going to get an actual full field event win this year, or are we
he's played the last 2 years? T22, T31 here.
Okay,
so we're doing that. We're gonna diminish his tour championship victory.
No, I'm just asking. I mean,
you can only play who's in front of you,
Exactly.
I guess. But there are 30 guys. You have to admit there are 30 guys in the field.
Yeah, I mean 29 other guys, 30 guys, including him. Right. This is a limited field event. Why not this week?
What I'm asking is, do you think he's going to win twice this year? Once?
I think he wins at least once in one, and that's a major. And then if he wins a regular PGA Tour event,
but you're also not allowed to pick him for any majors.
It's also true.
Tough.
That's
I
interesting.
think I did pick him for a major.
Yeah, we didn't let you do that. It doesn't count.
All right, I got breaking news here. I got Sam Stevens. Heard Ben talking yesterday. Said he ran into Sam Stevens' dad a while back in Kansas. Said,
but they played a mid-am qualifier.
Yeah, said Sam's flushing it, so we're taking that.
I feel like Sam's always flushing.
In fact, he's been playing well too. I see his name on the leaderboard all the time. So I not a big name here, but a guy that's been playing good golf. Number 10.
We've got a lot of listeners in Wichita.
Is that right?
A lot of guys in the DMs.
Shout out to everybody in Wichita watching right now.
Sure.
Hand up, raise up.
Raise up in Wichita. Okay.
And Shockers, Wichita?
The Shockers.
Number 10, Fedora 5 alert. I need like some double Jeopardy music. We've got Pearson Cootie here at number 10. Number 9, I've got Victor Hovland.
Wait, we're just going Pearson Cootie 10. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Playing good golf.
I pumped in the Fedora 5 into my rankings. He's
scraped the Fedora 5.
I scraped it. You're right. Victor Hovland at 9.
Explain that.
Sneaky solid last month. He's playing really good golf. Now, do I think are we breaking
Marry
through?
that with what we've seen out of him so far this week?
I saw him practicing in the rain. I think he's preparing. He's prepared, right? He wasn't practicing late in the rain. He was practicing in the middle of the afternoon, but he's not scared. That shows me that he's a mutter. He's not scared of the elements.
Was he the last guy on the range last night? Though,
no,
too?
that was Aaron Ryan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The calculator.
He did. I can report. Hit us with a "Here Comes Trouble" as we walked by, which I think that caught the Beluga.
I did. He was walking off of one green of Spyglass. We were walking. He's like, "Oh, here comes trouble." And then I said to Deej, he's probably after that. I said, "Fuck those guys." It's very funny to me. I mean, I love rooting for Vic. I don't think he's going to win this week, but I like seeing him stack up some good finishes.
I take back my question. I thought I misread the message last night. I thought he was also the last guy on the range after having the midday session. So
no, you asked me on video, like, is that going to factor in? I think that him being the only guy practicing in the rain, I think is a good thing. What I don't like is a guy staying late into the darkness. That's to me a red flag. Sure. Okay. Here's the great man, Justin Rose, Pebble thoroughbred. Only concern is maybe he might have just engorged on victory. He might not be hungry, guys. I mean, he's just like
he's got that trophy spot open.
I think he's hungry. He's always hungry. If he wasn't hungry, he wouldn't be out here.
Sure.
I hope that trophy doesn't go to his head. It's kind of my only concern.
Well, we got him in the top 10. You can't count Team Rose out here at Pebble.
You never count Team Rose out.
You really can't count him out anywhere. TC, you're gonna love number 7. I've got Taylor Pendrith. This guy, T7 last year, T9 the year before. He just plays well here. Now he bombs it. I know he's a ball speed imposter. He's one of those guys where you're like, oh, Taylor Pendrith, I'm not worried about him. And then he's just like, I think 2 years in a row, he has just been Doug Gim adjacent. Or no, Shane Lowry. Like just kind of.
I could see a non-competitive top 7 from him.
So you got to respect, you just got to be aware of Taylor Pendrith.
Going back to
he's a Pendrith respecter.
Justin Rose too. He's playing with the great man George Roberts. I know you're a big KKR guy. Now.
Sure. Yeah. God, George Roberts got to be really old.
For the record, T9 last year for Taylor Pendrith, did not play in 2024. T7 in 2023, but performing 1.25 strokes above expectation at Pebble Beach.
So I was sorry. I
Course
had
for course.
T7, T9 in the past 3 years. So that you're correct. He didn't play 2 years ago.
I'm blown away at the guys that I think they're left for the top 5. There's a complete.
We've got number 6, Chris Goddard, Fedora 5. I've got Goddard up at 6. I don't think he's going back to back. Anybody fight me on that?
No, six is great.
I'm gonna fight you, but I just wouldn't say that out loud because he might.
I wouldn't fight him either.
Sure. Jason Day, always a horse for the course here at Pebble. I've been a little disappointed. I feel like I picked Jason Day. I thought he was going to maybe pull it out at Torrey. I think 5 is a really good spot for him. You could have talked me into flipping Justin Rose and Jason Day.
He's up there in my sneaky playing some nice. He had T38, I think, at Farmers, but T2 at the Amex, but like just kind of sneaky.
Just feels reinvigorated, like late career, good golf.
Per my calculations, we have Rory still on the board. JJ Spawn.
No,
Spawn.
We declared there will not be a respawn.
Is Adam Shank on the board? Or
no, he was
like
78.
way down. Yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah, keep up, man. Number 4, Rory McIlroy. Won last year. It's kind of season debut. Sometimes I'm
on the PGA Tour.
On the PGA Tour, excuse me. Sometimes it's like this would burn me, but sometimes it's like I could see Rory just being on autopilot a little bit this week. But that autopilot's usually a top 10 or a top 5. So I think 4 is a really good spot. I don't think he's coming out like hungry to defend his title. Like, does that motivate him? I don't know.
Cody and I were talking about it. I mean, very open in quotes about like, man, yeah, majors I get up for. It's harder at this phase of my career to get up for non-majors, essentially, right?
Yes.
Paraphrasing what he's saying. And it's like, yeah, this is a different style. This firmly falls into that other category, right? And so don't know what we're going to get.
He's mentioned he's
on
knocking.
the flip side, he decimated this event last year.
Yeah,
that's right. I know.
He said he was kind of knocking some rust off over in Dubai. He has switched from the cavity backs back into the blades after playing the cavity backs for a little while. He was hot coming in last year at a couple top 5s on the DP World Tour. He was T3 in the Wakefield at Dubai Invitational, T33 at the Hero Dubai. So not coming in at the absolute top of his form. And I feel like with Rory, I don't have anything to back this up, but like I feel like he gets on runs and it's almost like a guarantee he's going to play great, and it doesn't feel like a guarantee that he's going to have a great week this week. But he's also like
sleepwalk to T5. Like
he's also at minimum one of the 3 best players in the world and could easily top 5.
Sure. So I think he's properly respected on the Beluga's big board. Number 3, I have Jake Knapp.
There's a little seam in the curtains right here. I've been watching Jake Knapp hit balls for the last.
I mean, I love the guy's swing.
So fun.
T11, 5th, T8. He's in form. He plays a West Coast guy. Plays well out here. Last year, I think he performed well. Like he was up on the leaderboard. I remember like Thursday, Friday. I think he fell off. I can't remember where he finished, but I got a feeling. I got a bit of a Ben Crenshaw here. I like Jake Knapp this week.
He's a T33.
He's a Goddard up. Get that guy on my TV. Can't get enough watching Jake Knapp. Absolutely love
He's
it.
playing in the same group as Stephen Fisk and your guy Pat Monahan from Train.
Oh, great.
Drops of Jupiter. If you will.
It seems like a comfy pairing.
Well, he's with this guy Todd Wagner. I don't know who that is.
Can I ask you a Jake Knapp question? Over the last 3 months, worldwide, where do you think he ranks in the world in strokes gained?
17th.
I'm going to say, going off our coincidence stuff, I'm going to say 3.
Neil, he is 3rd in the world in strokes gained.
And people say that the Beluga's big board isn't proprietary. We got our shit
That's
together
not proprietary.
I followed him last year for 2 rounds at the Players. He was like, he hit so many, like such a wider variety of shots than I thought.
When Johnson was talking about Goddard hitting different shots, I was like, man, that's Jake Knapp too.
Like everybody thinks he's just he's long off the tee and all that. Like watching him hit wedges and he's got all of it. I think he's still putting it all together, but it's impressive.
All right, gentlemen, the final 2. Number 2, we have Scotty Scheffler. I just need more from Scotty. I'm just kidding. It would be no fun to pick him to win. It's a manual override. As you said, he's heavily favored here. 3rd, he's seen the course a few times. I've always said Scotty may or may not struggle when it's the first time he sees a course. I don't think that's an issue out here anymore.
Favorite band? I can't pick the Beatles.
I know. So, but I think too, we're respecting Scotty at 2. Number
Scotty
one,
Stretch this out. Don't tell us right away who it is. I don't know.
Okay.
I cannot. I've not been able to process this live. Who is still left on the board? But who is left after Scotty?
Can I give you a hint?
Who's going to win?
I think I know. Fedora 5 member.
He is a Fedora 5 member.
Wow.
Not a good putter. Playing really good golf right now.
He's been sniffing around.
Could have won last week.
Could have won the week before.
No, we burned through a decky.
He was one what could potentially
Could have won last week. Could
be a major.
Siwoo
could potentially be a major champion.
Siwoo
Kim
is my pick to win
to
this
the
week.
woo.
Fedora 5, T10, T14 here the last 2 years, so he has some
Wow.
success at Pebble. He's obviously in form. That is my pick to win. I know it's maybe not the most exciting pick, but that's what the model's spitting back at me, and I got to trust it.
I love it. You feel. Is that fun to root for you? I feel like hitching my wagon. Every time I've ever hitched my wagon to see Kim, it's a fun roller coaster.
I think it is fun
Yeah,
for me to
I
root for
agree.
because I'm sure I'm going to be getting chirped about it all week. So yeah, I'm riding with Siwoo. The whistle go woo woo. So hopefully we're celebrating that on Sunday.
I love it. This is a great iteration of the board. There's a lot of you put me in a blender on some.
It's
It's got a lot of logic.
over
on
3 years.
some.
It's
You're
self-learning.
lifting stuff from other people.
My only
course.
concern is like it might be kind of like too good. It's not quite as.
No, there's bad stuff.
No, there's
on the
bad
bottom.
stuff in there. There's a lot of bad stuff. There's typos. There's a lot of bad stuff.
What's
in
been
there.
your best board? Has it gotten better every year? Or
I think last year's was better than the first year. Yeah, I mean Doug
Definitely
Gim
better.
was tough.
Definitely better than the random number generator.
Yeah, it was definitely better than if somebody randomly generated results. So that's good.
DJ, who's your pick to win this week?
It's not
I know.
fun. Like
Should we do a
definitely
non-Scotty version.
Definitely Scotty would be my pick to win. But if we're not talking Scotty, I just talked a big game on Jake Knapp. I like Jake Knapp.
But see, with the big board, it doesn't matter. It's not just that Siwoo wins. Like we're trying to win, play, show. We're trying to go 1 to 80.
What if you did? What if you nailed it?
How sick would that
Exacta.
be?
You
Just
hit
like
the
a
trifecta.
Rubik's cube.
I'm going Mav.
Octogenarian.
I'm going Mav.
Wow. Just positive team environment.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think he's been playing good golf. He's been nicked up a little
You're
bit.
going to get involved on Friday? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm trying not to get involved. That's the key. But yeah, I don't know. I think Mav's got a couple wins in him this year. So
Interesting. I'm going to go Team Rose.
Wow. Back to the well.
I don't want to forget. He just blew the field away at Farmers. Like, I think he's obviously won this event before. He didn't play last week. It's not like he's any less hot. I don't want to forget about Team Rose. I honestly think he could have back-to-back win, back-to-back starts for him could definitely be wins here.
Would love it.
I feel a little
Any of those scenarios sounds like a delight. It's going to be a delightful week at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
famous last words, of course, but I feel just slightly off about Scotty on this golf course in this setup for whatever reason. Just feels a little bit.
is
off.
Scotty a
Hey,
mudder? Like if it gets windy and rainy on
Doesn't like mud balls.
Sunday?
If the forecast holds, so it looks like good days on Thursday and Friday.
So it's going to be leading by 5.
5, 6, 7. Yeah. But it looks like if the forecast holds, the wind in the afternoon on Sunday looks like gusts up to 32 miles an hour.
Which, not to run counter, but that's where I'm like, oh, who controls their golf ball the best of anybody?
Well, yeah, there's no condition you could draw up.
You know what I mean? It's
Scotty's
like, well,
screwed.
oh, so everybody's going to miss
Foxy.
greens. Who's the best chipper? Okay. Who's going to be able to control their driver the best and shape it the best and hold. It's like, make it as hard as possible. I guess it's more variable. This could be your point too.
Yeah, but I'm saying like somebody could have one of those days where somebody goes and shoots an early-ish 66 and beats some of the conditions, and then everyone gets a bit just like it. Of all golf courses, when the conditions get ramped up, like Pebble has the widest range of how it plays on tour. Maybe I don't know if that off the top of my head as I'm thinking like, I mean, Akshay was out there on 7 yesterday hitting. I flopped many drivers off the tee on 7. We hit some shots on 17. I was 149. I hit like full 7-iron the last one I hit, and it came up
barely
15 yards short of the pin, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, just conditions get extremely, extremely real very quickly out here. So it's like anything could happen this week. I'm really, really excited.
Can't wait.
It's going to be a great combination.
Solid. What's a good number for you out there? What are you looking? You trying to
It's a great question, but we're not worried about the number
Okay.
because this is a team game. And listen, I think Mav's going to make plenty of pars and birdies. My goal is to play aggressive and try to make as many birdies as possible.
So we're
It doesn't mean we're going to play reckless, but we're going to hit a lot of drivers and we're going to do all we can to try to make birdies.
What do you play from? What's the yardage?
I don't remember. I think it's somewhere around
64.
probably 6,400. Probably a little. I remember it being somewhat long on Spyglass. It's not like you're playing the forward tees exactly, but it shouldn't. The par 5 should be quite reachable. A couple of those holes where it's harder from the up tee than it is the back tee. Of course, that's a TC special, but. I don't know what we're going to do on 6.
That's how TBC Sawgrass is.
I just don't know if I've ever played a course that way. That just speaks to how I drive the ball.
Outside of the par 3s.
I've heard you say that 50 times. I'm like, dude, I disagree, and that's fine.
I feel like if I can't hit driver on a lot of holes from the mid tees at Sawgrass, but I can hit driver from almost all of them, and I'm more accurate with my driver than I am. With
Totally, I understand why it is 100% true for
and
you.
I don't have to worry about going through the dog leg either.
6 could be a potential from the up tees. It hits the hill situation.
I blew it left there. I felt bad
over the hill.
I felt bad about doing it, but I did blow it left there in 2023 when I played this one. Tried to hit it up on the hill. It didn't work out great. I probably won't try that again. But speaking of which, there is a new tee on the 6th hole this year. They put a new tee back basically on the 14th hole. I saw the fried egg video on this, said it's now a 220-yard uphill walk from the 5th green to get to the back tee.
Governing bodies are doing a great job.
It does seem like it does make sense. Like it kind of is going to dictate more drivers out of guys' hands. It's going to kind of eliminate that hit it left option for these guys. But
it makes sense, but it also doesn't make sense.
Well,
it makes sense
in the micro.
It makes sense.
In the macro,
it's a good result.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think they need to move 6T to where 5 green currently is. And you got to hit it across the cove.
Sign me up.
A lot of sense, I
Sign
think.
me up.
But famously,
they put in the old number 5.
Yes.
Change that 5th green. Yeah.
That's what causes a lot of problems. Is the old 5th hole used to go inland, and then you could walk right there onto the 6th tee. But now, when they rerouted the 5th hole, Jack Nicklaus rerouting ahead of the 2000 U.S. Open, it now forces a really awkward walk back. That like something's got to get dealt with at some point. Ball technology, club technology, or that routing like that. Just
Charles Schwab's in the field this week. Perhaps you can talk to him about it.
Might have to knock his house down.
But yeah, something about it's just a
Band-Aid domain.
Hey man, it would just be a better routing if we could knock your house down. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You could give him the land back where 5 is right now, though, because he's the one who donated that land.
That is interesting, but it's a lot of band-aided, band-aids on top of band-aids on top of band-aids to try to address the distance issue. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the week. It's going to be great. We're going to also be live after we complete play tomorrow. We're going to go live. We'll be at the AT&T house tomorrow afternoon. We're going to have this stream up that you can watch the golf on one screen, have your computer open or your phone open, and we're going to do a little watch along, talk a little bit about the golf as it's going on. We'll have maybe a couple guests rolling through as well. We'll recap our day out on the course as well, and we have some games planned too. We're just going to be some guys naming dudes
hanging out, second screen boys.
Yeah,
tomorrow it's going to be fun.
That's exactly what tomorrow's going to be. Anything else that we missed, Cody? Here comes our wonderful producer, Cody McBride here. Might lend in the microphone.
What a day! First of all,
Sure.
Congratulations.
First of all,
let me just say, wow.
Yeah, everybody getting through the show. We ran into some technical difficulties,
which is going to happen.
But we learned. We battled on the fly. We've identified what the issue is, and we're just kind of missing some computing power. And my laptop, the actual keyboard, is so hot right now. I actually can't rest my hands on it to type anything out.
Probably
but
a bad sign.
We'll fix this.
We're gonna.
CPU.
Yes, very much so. So I appreciate everybody sticking with us. We've had good numbers the entire way. Excited for tomorrow, and we will fix this, Gene. We will fix this. We're gonna work the problem. Don't worry about it. But
we're dealing with weather too. Obviously,
curveballs left and right. I wanted to be outside. That's why we come.
Oh, there's
Pebble,
Jordan.
At least we got a good setup in here.
Big thank you to Matt McNeely, Andrew Novak, Johnson Wagner, Rickie Fowler for coming by today's show. Big shout out to our friends again at AT&T for hosting us all week and putting on this excellent golf tournament that I'm extremely excited to play in, and also very excited to watch this upcoming.
And big shout out to Cody, Matt, Drew. Appreciate you guys helping us tech check, and Ben Hameen as well.
Kill a Trav.
Yeah. What?
Sure.
Well, he didn't.
He's
show
out
up.
here.
He is here. He
Yeah,
didn't do
he just
anything. I
didn't
don't
show
no,
up.
necessarily thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Sorry.
TC. And thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Cheers.